Guy simulated an ant colony for 100 days.
I just got this. It's a queen ant, who in this video will be giving birth to an entire colony. And they're going to be put to the test against my simulations of real-world events. But currently, she's alone, and she needs to care for her eggs until they hatch into worker ants.
Just like Adam.
Thankfully, it didn't take very long until just that happened. The first worker was born.
Whoa, whoa. Dude, why is the ant the same size as the queen?
That took 5 days.
How did she even get pregnant?
Yeah, how does that work, actually?
They just keep pooping out babies.
I thought one of the workers like turns into the male and then like gets her. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. There's a lot to discover.
Not sure what you mean by that.
Let's just start by day one.
They
These
do
are
it once in their
Trapdogs, a
lifespan.
species of ant that has these massive mandibles to cut their prey in half. But they're also absolutely massive compared to normal ants, and the workers are almost the same size as the queens. And in the world of ants, the workers have only one purpose: to serve the queen. Workers do almost everything for the queens, including cleaning her and even caring for the
Go ahead,
other
worker.
ants. But I want to make my colony grow extra fast, and you do that by feeding them food. And since it's so small with just 2 ants,
Pizza.
let's just start with a single drop of honey. Hopefully they like it.
nice.
So I slid the drop of
Good
honey
thing it's
into the
organic.
tube for the ants to eat. And almost instantly, the
Ooh,
worker went up to
glucose.
investigate this
She's
unknown
starving.
object. She smelled around it
Go
for
ahead,
a
girl.
second, but then went back to the queen to report the findings. The worker is
Yes,
able to
sister.
communicate with the queen by rubbing its antenna against her.
Oh,
When
yeah,
they-
the mandibles.
How would you guys describe honey? Like, that's the first food that this ant has ever seen in its entire life, and it's just like, something sweet.
It's going up to the queen. It's like, I found food, Mom! I found food!
Just imagine as a baby, your first time actually trying sugar. It's like, ah!
That is actually kind of crazy that thing is a baby. It's 5 years old. Like, imagine a baby being the same size as his mom after 5 days.
Imagine you as a baby cleaning your mom.
Yeah, but it's not a baby anymore in ant years. That thing's an adult now. 5 days. The thing probably lives 1 week. It probably has 2 days left before it dies, guys.
Ant years to human years. Queen ants can live for 30 years?
What in the Sigma? Nah, okay, I'm done with brain rot.
30 years? She's old. She could drive legally.
She could date legally.
releases some pheromones signaling that it found some honey. And after the queen gave the go-ahead, the worker traveled back to the honey. But instead of eating it, the worker actually knocked the little plate over, and then the honey soaked into
you
the
clumsy
sand over the
girl.
next 10 minutes. Yeah, she didn't even try to eat it,
Queen
actually.
ant cut off
What
his
a
head.
dummy.
The ant did this for a reason. When a colony is this small, the queen will feed the workers by regurgitating its body tissues into the
Hey,
This
yo!
means the colony
I
already
did not
had
know
enough
that.
food for now. I was gonna have to wait till more ants
Take my
hatched
credit
until
card.
They wanted extra food. So that's exactly what I did. There were
Day
now
38.
38?
and
But
their
they
roles were becoming
multiplied.
A lot more apparent. 2 of them would always stay by the queen to make sure she was safe, while the other 2 would
Bodyguards.
watch after the eggs and guard the entrance. Now this is a
Genius.
colony that should accept my food offerings. And this time I'm not just gonna feed them a puny drop of honey. It's time for some live prey.
Let's go.
Baby. Everyone say hello to flightless fruit flies. Quite literally the most depressing
They're
animal
literally
in
just
the
called
world.
walks.
Not only are they absolutely minuscule, but it's a fly that can't fly.
Embarrassing.
Walk.
I honestly didn't know that ants hunt other insects. I thought they just ate plants and like leaves and grass.
You didn't know about the ant wars?
Well, I thought they attack other ants just for, territory's sake, but I didn't know that they actually hunt and eat food like that.
They're just like us. They're omnivores. They eat both plants and animals.
Wow. Wowie, wowie, wow.
Wait, so Alec, what did you think happened when you left your pizza out and they were eating your meat lover's pizza with the beef on it, the cheese? You thought they were only picking the crust?
Well, I didn't know that they hunted animals is what I'm saying.
They eat meat!
They will also steal the larvae from other colonies sometimes.
That's probably like boba tea.
Dude, ants are savage. I think my prediction is they're gonna take over the world in like 100, 200 years.
Harry Green's ant colony?
Not his. The trillions and trillions of ants in the world.
Well,
They already
maybe-
took over Brazil.
There are 20 quadrillion ants on planet Earth right now.
Do you see what I'm saying? We would not win that war. He would lose.
We are outnumbered quite a bit.
Harry Green, if you want to burn these ants at the end of the video, we wouldn't be opposed. All right, let's get back to it.
You had one job and you can't do it. All right, it's a pretty simple process. So first of all, I got this tube with the flightless fruit fly inside of it. And basically, I'm just gonna go and
Bro's
put this
literally
up to
playing
the
God.
ants tube and carefully
Why doesn't he
remove
give them a
the
bigger
cotton
space to
ball
live?
and
I don't think they're gonna
the
kill it.
fly should now
They're too
run
tiny
in.
right now.
Hopefully this goes better than the honey. And yeah, basically the fly instantly
Ooh,
ran
ooh.
into the ant's tube. So
There we
I
go.
blocked it
Oh,
up
the ant
behind
sees
it.
him.
Now, because
Oh, they're
this
going
fly is
full
so
mode,
small,
full
for the
attack
first few
mode.
seconds, it actually went unnoticed, hiding amongst the top of the enclosure. But it didn't take
I'm
long
an
until
ant.
the
I'm
first
one of
worker
you.
noticed. The ant
Hide
opened
and
up
seek.
its jaws and snapped at the fly.
Oh!
Quickly, the other workers started to notice.
Okay, this
and
ant is
soon
crazy.
every
Oh,
ant had
that's
their
like me
eyes
with
on the
sushi.
fly. And
Look at their
thankfully, about a
jaws.
minute later, one of the workers
They're like
lined up a
clamps.
shot, and boom.
Whoa!
not alive anymore. And the fly slowly
Wow.
got taken to the back of the tube to be stored.
That fly is definitely still alive.
Since the colony
They're
now
putting
had a
him
bit
in
of
the
food,
brig.
I let them grow even more. And oh boy, was the tube starting to get crowded.
Wait, okay, maybe this is a dumb question, but I know we're cutting a lot of days in advance, but I haven't seen a baby ant. Do they start out as full-grown adults?
I don't think so. I think that the queen is supposed to like poop out little like larvae thing, and then eventually they kind of hatch.
Yeah, but do they hatch tiny? Are they just like tiny little babies? How like a human hatches and it's like a tiny version of a person?
No, I don't think so. I think they grow to the size that they're at right now within the egg, and then they break through the egg.
I don't think so.
I looked it up and they go from their pupal stage fully developed and in their adult size. So when they're in a pupa, they're still technically like in the egg. They're basically like little snakes growing inside of the egg, but they pop out full size.
Wow. I will still not give Adam credit for that because I don't like him. But he was right.
Let's go. He probably puts it on his Patreon.
With 3 more workers and 1 more about to hatch.
And while this is great for my colony, as you can tell, the tube is getting extremely cramped. Some of the ants can't even walk
Bigger,
around. So I'm gonna have to move these
bigger.
guys into a new home.
But here on the Terra Green channel, we're not just gonna go online and buy an ant nest.
Walmart.
Oh no.
Walmart.
What I did
No,
instead
he's gonna
is
build
take
it.
out a brick, which I'm gonna turn into an ant
there we
nest.
go.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Whoa.
Basically,
Is he gonna
I just
chisel it?
started using a hammer and chisel.
Oh my gosh, he's a Greek god.
Whoa.
On the brick. You see, ant colonies usually like
Okay,
to have
Michelangelo.
multiple of these little tight crevice areas in their nest because it lets them store different things like eggs, food, and trash in each one. After I finished carving, I gave the whole thing a nice blue paint job.
Okay, Terra
and
god.
finally, I covered it with a clear acrylic sheet.
And the best part is this little hole I made right here, which I can go and squeeze water down into this sponge. And this will just make
Oh,
the
nice.
humidity across the whole enclosure correct, because apparently ants like wetness.
Is that still small to you guys?
It does seem
a little
pretty
bit,
small.
but it is a nice upgrade. It's kind of like when you're starting a family. You get a little condo starter home, and then when you get a bigger family, you get a whole farm.
Is that your end goal, Jack? You want to farm?
That's what you gotta do, right?
Okay.
That's what they do in Farmville.
Who taught you this?
The Bible.
Alrighty.
Here is the beautiful Terra Green ant nest, which is now ready for the trap jaw ants. Using some tubing, I put one end of it onto the nest and the other end onto the
Probably
tube.
hurts so bad if one of those
Almost
ants
instantly, one of the workers
snips your
took an
hand.
interest and decided to walk down the tube.
12,000
No
likes
idea
and we'll
where
get
it
one
led,
to
but it took
snip
the
at
brave
it.
decision to explore.
Shut up,
But as
Alec.
we know, it led straight to
bless
the
you.
new nest. The worker looked super excited and explored all around
Let's
the new
go!
place. It was the perfect place for the colony to move to. So she traveled out of the nest and went straight up to the queen to report its findings.
All right, now that the ants
New
know
home
about the new
acquired!
nest, in order for them to move in, I have to make this one super appealing, so then they all want to come over. And I've got a couple things I'm gonna do, but first of all, I've got a tube of sugar water, which I'm just gonna go and plug in.
Sugar water?
Like
I do some nasty things for some sugar water.
Clear acrylic sheet for now with this little.
I guess that's
red
what they'll
acrylic
feed on.
sheet.
You see, ants like their nest
Why?
to be very dark inside. So I'm using this red acrylic
Oh.
because it blocks out pretty much
Good
all
idea.
the light, but still lets me see
Smart.
inside a bit. Finally, I just put
Wicked
my
smart.
bright studio light at the tube so they'd be more inclined to move. And it didn't take very long until
He's just burning them.
flashbanging them.
Dude, this is actually crazy. He's Terra God. He's putting the sun on them and like forcing them to move.
I can't believe he trapped them in that little tube for 40 days. They couldn't move. They could only walk in circles for 40 days.
the new nest. Eventually, every ant knew about the new home. And while some grabbed the remaining eggs to move, others, like this worker, escorted the queen through the tube to the new nest. I decided to keep the red acrylic screen on while they're adjusting, and as you can see, they were definitely very active inside. So I left them alone another whole 10 days.
Oh my
When I
gosh.
came back,
Whoa!
not only did another
Whoa.
worker or two hatch, the whole colony
Is
was
that
now
poop?
functioning even more smoothly.
Yo, what
It
are
seemed like
they even
every
supposed to do in there? There's nothing to do in there.
I think all the little rocks are from the other place. They probably drug them in.
Ants like to build their home, right? Like they like to dig into a tree or whatever it might be to build an actual home. They can't do that inside of a brick.
No. They go into the cracks. They like to live in the cracks. They don't like to build their own homes. They do it because they have to.
There's ant hills, and then they dig underground.
I think Alec is technically correct, but if they physically cannot do that because he put them in a brick. So I don't think that they can make a home in a brick. So that's why he pre-did it for them.
So there's nothing for them to do. They're just all walking around. It's like a Club Penguin igloo house with nothing in it, and just the boys chilling.
That's a
For more
crazy
babies.
reference.
Well, technically it's the girls.
was busy doing
They're all
something.
female.
They even
Slay
found a type of
sisters.
furnace to keep the queen and
Pop
all
off,
the eggs
queens.
inside of.
And this is where it gets fun, because now that the ants have their own little nest, I can build them a bunch of different outworlds of different environments.
There we go.
hunt for food inside of. And as you can see, I've got the first little outworld right
This is actually
For
Minecraft,
this
different
first
biomes.
outworld, I want to keep
I
it simple
like it.
by just laying
Ooh.
down some orange sand across the whole enclosure. Then I put in some rocks and a little cactus, which was kind of
I wonder if he's gonna put a predator in there.
And even though I was wearing these gloves, it kept poking me, and it kind of hurts. Anyways, finally, the most important part is this stuff called Fluon. Basically, it's a liquid that you
What?
dab onto a cotton ball and rub across the top of the enclosure. This stuff will basically
so they
glass
can't get
and make
out.
the top of the enclosure
I thought he
so
was
slippery
chloroforming
that
the ants.
cannot escape no matter what. After the desert enclosure was done, I connected a tube from it into the nest so the ants could go there. And soon enough, I saw a worker come out into the tube, and of course, she made her way
new
over to
portal.
the desert
Woo.
outworld.
That first ant has to be so brave. Or do you think they just say like rock, paper, scissors, shoot for who goes through that tube?
Adam, just imagine, right? Just imagine that, like, you and Alec, you guys are just chilling in your house, and then one day a giant tunnel opens up in your window. Are you going through it?
I'm going in.
I tried to convince Alec to go first. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
We'll crawl in together. That'll be right behind me.
We'll go butt to butt.
That would be insane.
We have to get every angle. Make sure no funny business is going on.
Guys, if this video gets 69,000 likes, we should live for 100 days in an ant enclosure.
To explore all around it. Now, the reason for why I built this outworld. I want to test the trapjaw mandibles to see if they can take down prey bigger than them. I'm gonna put a cricket in here. So without wasting any time, I dropped the cricket.
He was testing on his
and
finger.
It didn't take very long until the cricket came across path.
What if
Oh my
the cricket
gosh.
fights back?
I was going right for it.
Hairs inside of their jaws to detect when prey is within striking distance. It lunged at the
That cricket does
and
not
snapped
care.
its jaws.
Oh,
ant
got
is
him.
Like this.
Oh,
Tried to
he
attack
just
the
snapped his
cricket a few
booty.
more
Fight
times,
back, Cricky.
All of the shots were missing. In fact, it was taking so long that the cricket made its way into the
Oh, he
and
made-
flew
yeah.
all the way into
He's
the
about to
nest
get the
with-
queen.
He's going for the queen.
Now, it wasn't just
Get
about
him.
food. The colony needed to take down this cricket
Bro.
in order to make sure
Oh.
it didn't get hurt. While the cricket frantically ran
This is
around,
awesome.
almost all of the workers were
It isn't.
taking their
Oh, that's a
shots to
oh,
try
poor
and cut
cricket.
off
I feel
the
bad for him.
Get that
It's
cricket!
taken a
They're
long
doing
time,
zero
but eventually
damage.
This worker here really put in some
Get the
focus
leg.
to line up her shots. And when she
Oh, right
snapped,
for the head.
she perfectly got a hold of the cricket.
And his name was John Ant.
Moving. Yes, it's extremely brutal, but the colony had now successfully eliminated the threat and stored away as food for
that's
later.
kinda
Anyways,
sad.
Over the next few days, I
They're gonna
continued
eat
to
it.
monitor the colony to ensure their eggs were
That is insane. Imagine you're that cricket and you get dropped in there. You got a bunch of blind ants just chomping at you, and you're just like you're trying to play dodgeball with them.
That would be like if we dropped you off, like, in the jungle.
And they're like crocodiles trying to get you.
Nah,
Yeah, there's lots of crocodiles and gorillas.
it'd be more like if you dress me up as a burger and drop me off at McDonald's.
You think grown people are gonna try to eat you?
It's a crazy world out there.
What?
It's a crazy world. You haven't seen people when they're hungry.
fine, and even fed them a bit more flightless fruit flies until finally it was day 97. The colony now had 12 workers, and of course the queen.
Let's go.
But I did actually notice over in the corner
He
of
should
the
name
nest,
them all.
one of the ants had curled up and had died. It's likely that this dead ant here was one of the founding workers.
What happened?
Sometimes those
That
first
ant-
ants only have the
that ant.
lifespan of a month or two. Anyways, despite the dead
Wow.
ant, the
Poor
colony
guy.
was actually still thriving.
And because of that, I
wonder
think
if they
this
eat
colony
the
is
He's
just
ready
laying there
for an
dead.
entire new outworld to be built. Because as you can see, they kind of just turned the desert into like a trash dumping ground.
So I got out the enclosure and started to build it. For this enclosure, I'm literally making the floor out of just this fake grass material that is nice and bright and
Okay.
green. And for the decorations, I'm
I like
keeping
it.
it very simple with just these two little pieces of bark. And finally, I just hooked up
it
some
simple.
tubing so the ants could access the new plate.
I really want him to make one of the outworlds an actual like skinny ant farm. So like what Alec was saying is where they can actually like dig down and make a new home. That would be so cool.
I like that. What insect do you think he's gonna fight next? I think it'll be a spider.
I want a praying mantis.
Ooh, praying mantis would destroy him. I want a scorpion. Put a scorpion in there.
That's not the right biome, but yeah, maybe.
I didn't
I don't
want to rush
care.
them, though, so I gave the colony a few days to explore it on their own. And all of the ants were fine on day 98 and day
Dang, day
99.
99?
I came back on day 100 to just a single ant in the nest.
What?
I was really confused.
Where did
but
they
surely
go?
They were all just exploring the outworlds or something. So I checked the
happened?
desert and nothing was there. Then I checked the grassy
What?
outworld. Still,
They gotta
not a
be
single
there.
ant. But then I found it. The tiniest
Whoa.
gap
No!
in the red acrylic. Barely visible, but it was just big enough
No.
for every ant to be able to escape through it overnight.
Except for the one.
And this wasn't just
Bruh.
any ant inside of here, it was the queen. Queens don't just leave
No!
the nest unless other ants escort them. So she was here
What?
all alone on day 100.
Is she
just like
dying?
She was on day 1.
This is seriously.
Are they gonna come back for her?
I had such cool plans.
That's
for
kinda
day 100,
poetic.
But I can't find a single worker ant literally anywhere. I checked all around the table.
I figured there was only
Wow.
one right thing to do.
Ha!
So I got a cotton ball, I scooped the queen up onto it, and put her in
And I ate it.
She had raised the start of a colony all by herself once, so she should be able to do it again. Let's reset the day counter and do this one more time.
Wow, it's crazy to see 100 days compact into a 10 to 20 minute video. That was crazy, but it's nothing compared to this next video because now we're gonna be watching 1,000-day ant colony simulation. So everything that you thought was cool about the previous video, times it by 10. Let's get it, let's go.
This is a queen ant, and she has the next 1,000 days to create
she
an
fell.
empire.
Pop off,
But a
queen.
rival colony is watching their every move, and if she fails,
Weird.
they will wage a war, destroy
Whoa.
her home,
Oh, wow.
and take over mine.
Oh, wow. Things are about to get very real very fast.
Everything depends on her. So over the first few days, she creates a nest, and if we
Wow.
look underground,
That was impressive.
her first generation is underway.
She did that all by
But in
herself.
the world
Larvae.
above,
It's actually going to be insane because she's literally one ant. Like one ant.
She's a single mom, and she's laying eggs that will eventually turn into an entire ant army.
Yeah, literally keep that in mind because I think by the end there will be thousands and thousands of ants.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's going to be an ant war later on in this video. That's kind of messed up. He's setting up these ants to go to war.
Whoa, whoa.
That's kind of mean.
Ants fight. That's what they do.
face competition and rival colonies. Their journey has only just begun.
Aww,
She will
so
never
cute.
leave the safety of
She
her
is
nest.
not cute.
So she creates
Oh,
workers
her
to
first
serve
babies.
and protect
The worker ants.
But the enemy has already arrived.
Oh, dude, give him some time.
Wild
Give him some time.
On the hunt.
Adam, it's been 64 days.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but there's only 3 of them. It is pretty hilarious, though, that once an ant is born, the mom is like, work, you baby peasant, go find food. Like, literally the second they're born.
And fun fact, most of the ants in an ant colony are actually females.
That's not fun. That's just a fact.
But it's a fun fact.
I'm not having fun.
A hunt for new territory.
Yeah, get out of
This
here.
wild colony lives
That's
on
an
my
awesome
windowsill. Oh my
Ew.
god. The
Hey, why would he
workers
do
act
that?
quickly. They are beginning to build a wall.
Dr. Plant has the best
They
time
will
lapses.
stop at nothing to protect
is
their
epic.
queen.
The camera
and pretty
quality is
soon,
insane, too.
Their
Oh.
entrance is sealed.
Oh, that's
Actually
smart.
kind of smart, yeah.
But war is coming.
Why-
and
why
if
are
they
they
want
sealing
to
the entrance?
survive, they will need
So nobody
an
can find
army.
them.
And for that,
Yo.
they need food. They specialize in collecting seeds.
This is crazy. This is real
Their
life.
job is
So
to
does Alec.
transport them underground, where they store them in a bakery.
That's so cool.
It's
Here,
amazing.
They ground and crush the seeds into bread, ant bread.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. We should package. You know how people package up bee honey? We should do ant bread and sell it. That could be $1 billion business right there.
Adam, I don't know if it tastes as good as the honey.
We can make it work. Some people say it's like honey, but it's 95% something else, and then they just add the honey part.
It's a great idea, Adam. You should do it. You got it.
Ant bread.
Yep, you got it.
Ooh, maybe you can get our Aunt Claudia to help.
What?
She's a baker.
Oh, okay.
It's the perfect food for their growing larvae. And
Ew!
70 days later,
It's
the
already been
results
140
are
days. Let's see
clean.
how many they got.
Wow.
They got a lot.
There was
So
a
it's been like
population
4.5
boom,
months.
all powered by their tiny bakery.
I'm counting 20, maybe 30.
But the new workers are weak
Oh,
and
Aw.
clumsy.
How did they
They
survive that
need
any
fall?
human would have
like
died. Yeah.
honey.
Wow.
Yet
Oh, there's the honey,
stayed
Adam.
You could all think it was
untouched
nothing.
for days until it was discovered by a wild ant. Thankfully,
How are they
she's
getting in
alone.
there?
Wait, is that the different
Or so
species?
I
Yeah, that's a different species.
They launched an
Whoa!
attack. This is nothing compared to the war.
Let our
Yet
army
the
grow a little
colony
bit.
is
Dang.
overrun.
Dude, this is
This is messed
crazy.
But I tried to save as many of our
Aw,
ants as
poor
I
ant.
could.
No.
Oh,
No.
did you? Did you? Why don't you save all of them by putting a lid on top? He's acting like he's trying to save as many as he could. You know?
It's actually pretty sad. I don't like that.
I think Dr. Plant, he wanted to make it as realistic as he possibly could, you know, to let in some other things, but I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that he let a wild ant colony inside when they only have like 30 ants.
I know. He's got to at least give him like another 300 days to build. Let them build their army.
That would be like letting Alec go into a nursery and beat up a bunch of toddlers.
That's so true.
Let's make that happen, but just for scientific purposes, not because I would have any joy in doing that. There's that a side effect of that project.
Are we still talking about ants or fighting toddlers?
Fighting toddlers and me doing it. No?
I'll make the call.
I
But
feel
it
such a
was
strong personal
already
bond
too late.
with these red ants.
Damage had already
It's like my
It's gonna
family.
make me cry. They're taking over the entire thing.
I
black
spent
ants are
hours
crazy.
removing the enemy.
Like, how are they getting in there?
By one, by
Well, Adam,
one.
There's
said it
no
best,
way he
there's
didn't
no
put
way.
it there. There's so many.
That's true.
There's so many.
Wow.
Oh,
Most
That's
of
the entire
colony
army.
did not survive.
they're all dead.
Is the queen
Oh,
okay?
oh, that one's
And
suffering.
those that
Ah,
did
just put it out of
are
its misery.
badly injured.
Oh, what happened to him?
Ah,
He
yeah.
got bit a million
Ants are
times.
one of the
No.
few animals
Oh,
that respect
honey, are you
their dead.
okay?
So the remaining few
Are they gonna-
build a graveyard.
What?
Whoa.
Ants are so much like humans, it's kind
It is
of disturbing.
almost
I think they have their own
unbelievable.
way of communicating that is
Do you
very
think they
more
have a
complicated
Jesus?
than that we think.
Do you think there's
Oh,
an
no.
ant Jesus out
They
there?
might
They
have their
may
own
have
ant
lost the
religion.
battle,
An ant religion
but
right
will
now is
they
Dr.
win
Plant.
the war?
That's true. He kind of is their
The
god.
colony is weaker than ever, but
literally
they
is.
still need honey to survive.
I've never been
Last
so
time,
emotionally
they
invested
caused
in
a
an ant
disaster.
colony.
This time,
There we
they
go.
act with caution and begin to feed.
Ooh, this will make them strong.
They're so hairy. Oh my, they got that Alec beard. Look at that.
What?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
I don't know. It's kind of cute a little bit, you know? It's got like its little eyeball and it's got like all the antennas.
The way to tell if something's cute or not is if that ant was human size, would you run or would you go over and pet it?
Like the size of a dog.
No, the size of a human.
I would be kind of scared.
Exactly. Not cute.
But if you were the size of an ant, you would be cute.
Yeah, we all know I'm cute. What are you talking about?
I was talking to Alec.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean? I didn't even say anything in that conversation. How did I get roped into that and get called ugly at the same time?
Jack said you're cuter than me.
Okay, let's nickname this ant Alex. So it's different.
Mm.
Ooh, eat that up, Alex.
But then
something
something
gets me
remarkable
wiggly.
happens.
Oh,
He's shoving that booty in there.
They are
Whoa, whoa,
covering
that's
the
his
honey
head.
in dirt
Wait, what is he doing?
and debris.
Why? They're ruining it.
Oh wait, maybe they're trying to make a giant
It is
ball.
genius.
Maybe like it's like
They're hiding
cement.
it from the wild colony.
Oh.
Protecting the honey means protecting their queen.
Okay.
Wait a second, they're smarter
They're
than
She's
us.
the
camouflaging
only
their
one in the
food
nest who
source.
can lay eggs. If she dies, the rest of the colony is
He's
doomed.
got a lot of eggs.
But
That
in
is
with
it.
her
true.
survival, the colony thrives.
She's just pooping all day long. I've been there before. It's not that bad.
We've all been there. We are jumping all the way to day 360. It's been a full year.
Well,
Whoa,
that means
whoa.
that they are still surviving and
Whoa.
thriving.
Day 600,
Day 600.
the colony had become a fortress.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's awesome. They have like a full mansion down there.
But it is time to put their defenses to the test.
Hey, no,
Here
don't.
are 100 fruit flies.
Don't do that.
Why would
They're
you do
No,
that?
small,
it's just fruit flies.
annoying,
It's just fruit
and
flies.
a lot like
As soon as he puts them in there, aren't they just gonna all fly away? Or did he chop their wings off?
I think that it's a certain type of fruit fly that can actually fly. So
What a
it's-
lame type of fly. It's a fly that can't fly.
Imagine being called a fly and you literally can't fly. That's literally in your name. That's embarrassing.
It'd be like if your last name was Walker and you were paralyzed.
The ants begin to
Come on.
panic, while many of the flies stand still. If they don't move, then they may remain unseen.
It's
But
plotting.
this
Yes.
one makes a run for it.
It does look like
You know they
And
throw up
so
on their
does
food.
That one, and that one.
Ooh,
and
swatted.
that one.
Swatted. Bink.
But
Bonk.
this one,
Swatted.
Oh
Oh my gosh, what are they doing?
he is the first
Is it bad?
kill
I don't feel
of
bad
many.
at all for the flies.
I hate
Should
flies.
I?
I want every
I
fly
feel
to die.
so
in the entire
excited for the
universe.
ants. I want these ants to become the
Even though
biggest
they
ant
caught
colony.
Most of the
It's like my family
flies,
now.
A few managed to escape.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
The
They're
we're
so
escaped
devious.
Flies were not as safe as
Uh-oh.
we thought.
Oh!
Oh,
Out of
they,
the
he
frying
literally
pan.
just walked.
Dude, just imagine you think you're safe, like you leave the cold colony, you're like, oh, my whole life's ahead of me, and boom, an entirely bigger army.
He's like, freedom!
Guys, he's not dead yet. Maybe he survives.
The wild colony. Their numbers have grown so large.
Oh,
they've
God,
spread
that's
far
so
beyond
good.
my windows
The fly was like,
and
get off me, stop it.
overtaken by
Stop.
animal room.
Oh.
My
Nemo.
pets aren't a fan of their new roommate.
Oh.
Aw, poor Froggy.
Dude, he should call an
It seems
exterminator.
Our colony is not as prepared.
Instead of hiring an exterminator, getting this done for like $100, instead his big plan was to wait 1,000 days to grow a competitive army. Then that army will be big enough to take out those ants.
I mean, yeah, I could see Ants Canada doing this, but Dr. Plant doing this was not in my 2025 bingo board.
That's more of a Dr. Doofenshmirtz plan right there.
Thought. So over the next year, our colony became an empire.
I wonder if
There's
these
like
are
12
ant days
more
or if these are
Wild
real days.
colony acted in
I think
parallel.
real days.
Both of them are fully preparing for war. But this one escaped into my kitchen. I didn't know why until I returned. There was an all-out
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, the war began.
Down.
and the enemy
Oh my God.
had already made their way under
Invading the colony. No. No.
So it's been 600 days, but we forget that like our army was growing, we know that, but the other army was also growing for that 600 days. So they're probably like 5 times the size that they were earlier.
Adam, this is a mass bloodbath right now. What are you talking about? Shut up.
I hate this. I didn't
They
want to watch
have to
this.
save
This
the
is
Oh, the
not
queens
good.
can't die.
brought to the deepest part of the colony.
Oh my gosh, they're getting
How
her
did
to
you
the
get this
safe
shot?
room.
Alec is the last protector.
This is crazy. This
Oh,
makes me want to
it's
get
just
my
an
own ant colony.
Onslaught
The
up
rest of
there.
the nest had been abandoned, and the remaining
Oh my
workers
God.
swarmed the queen.
Guys, if this video gets 15,000 likes, Adam, Alec, and I will each buy our own ant colony and spend 100 days building it out, and then we'll unleash them in the same area to see whose is more powerful.
I'm down.
I call red fire ants.
I want the black crazy ants.
I'll get the carpenter ants.
I want a gorilla.
You'll just get a gorilla
But a
by
worker
accident.
was left behind, fighting to break free.
I think that's Steve.
Sting
But
him.
the enemy
Get him.
was
Steve.
Not the
Steven.
babies.
larva.
Leave the babies alone.
One by one,
They're eating
they
the
began
babies.
to die.
Man, the wild is relentless, bro.
1,000
There's no
days
rules out
led
there.
Up to this,
Oh my god.
No
the
rules in
queen
a while.
began alone to create an empire. But would they let it fall?
No, they won't.
To save
No,
their
they
queen,
won't!
Our colony turns not to flee, but to fight.
Turbo mode,
Oh.
baby! That's what I'm talking about! Let's go!
Oh, we're
Let's
fighting
go!
back!
Let's go!
They begin to
Red
rally
team!
to
Red team,
their
let's go!
queen.
Let's go, red team! Come on, red! Let's go, red!
They're so much smaller. Bite them! Destroy them! Fight for your life!
Fire and power!
Got him. Got
Get
him.
him.
Got him.
Get him.
Everyone's fighting back.
Get him, boys.
Bing,
Yeah.
bing, bing,
Kill
bing,
him. Kill him. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get
They
them.
reached the surface, and the enemy was on the run.
Oh my gosh, they got them on the back
They were
ropes,
winning,
boys.
and pretty soon they had won.
Yes!
The
Let's
wild
go!
colony was never to be seen again.
I told you guys that video was insane, bro. And we love ants so much that we just want to keep watching ant colony simulations. So let's run it back. In this next video, we're going to be watching a 60-day ant colony simulation. But this time, we got a brand new colony of ants. And this one is not like anything we've ever seen before. Let's check it out.
My package has arrived.
It's
has
gotta
the
be.
queens.
Yeah, it's gotta be a queen, right? Oh yeah.
No, it's
just
not
got
what it
spun.
looked like.
Wait, it's nothing.
The journey begins
Whoa.
with 2 queen ants. These ladies are
Two?
the heart of the colony. They'll be in charge of building
Yeah,
the
there's
next
multiple queens
generation.
sometimes
I'll
in
be
an ant
putting them
colony.
through a
Don't they like fight though?
Not if they're part of the same colony.
I always thought that there was only one queen, and if there was ever another queen that was born, that they would get kicked out of the colony and have to go start a new one.
No. That's how lions work with lion prides. A lot of times the main lion is the king and there's no other males in the group. But with queen ants, there are multiple queens sometimes, especially in bigger colonies.
I think I'm gonna believe Jack on
know.
this one. Jack definitely seems to know more about animals
I
than
don't
you do,
know.
Alec.
Maybe it's just a specific type of ant that has that many queens, but you guys let us know. You guys are the professionals.
The journey begins with 2 queen ants. These ladies are the heart of the colony. They'll be in charge of building the next generation. I'll be putting them through a series
kind
of
of ants
challenges
are
that
these?
simulate real-world scenarios.
Creeping me out.
For starters, I offered them a little honey.
Honey.
That
I
does
like
not
honey.
look like honey at all. Or is that just me?
I can't wait for the drama with the queens.
Dude, that is not honey. What is that?
There's gonna be so much tea.
They're not really into sweets. Maybe
That's
they're
not
just
honey!
not hungry yet.
Supposedly these ants are assassin ants.
I've decided to give them time
Wait, they
to
can
settle
talk?
in and focus on raising their empire. Day 10, I opened the test
Day
tube,
10 already.
It's
and
literally
it was
just
still
them.
just the 2 queens and a few larvae.
What have they been doing?
I had a gut feeling that one of the larvae
Making
wasn't
babies.
doing so well.
Oh, that's
so I
dead for
carefully
sure.
picked it up to take a closer
Yeah,
look.
that's definitely dead.
Aww. Oh wow, this is
Ugh.
interesting.
It had
So close up.
completely
Doesn't it kind of look like a potato?
Yeah, like a hairy potato.
And a potato.
dried out. Who knows how long ago?
Aw.
I had a gut feeling that one of the larvae
Aw. That's what an
And
ant
then
looks
I
like, guys.
froze. This wasn't just any larva, it was a drone. You can tell by the long body,
that-
the swollen thorax where wings would grow, and the big head with developed eyes.
That
was
would've been
a male.
Rest in
awesome.
peace, little guy, you had potential.
Rest in peace, little guy. You had
Day 20.
potential.
Our very
Wow.
first worker ant has arrived, and
Yes.
shockingly, she's almost the same size as the queens from a distance. You need laser vision to tell who's the queen and who's the muzzle.
Yeah, I was about to
but
say.
what I couldn't stop staring at was her terrifying jaws. I decided to give it a
Whoa, those
paper
shots
test
are
run.
insane. Whoa.
Cardboard.
Oh my gosh, it's latched.
That is insane.
So what about iron?
They are aggressive.
They just bite anything that's in front of them.
Day 30,
sword fighting.
It's already day 30.
It's day 30. There's like 4 ants. I thought ants are able to like populate like 1 million a day.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember from the other ant videos that we've watched, but the ants are actually pretty hard to make into a big colony.
It's kind of like, you know how you play those tycoon games and it's so hard to get started, right? For the first couple weeks, but then as soon as you get past that hump, you just start growing like 10x, 100x.
Yes, compound returns.
Yes. So I think once the ant colony starts really expanding, there's probably gonna be way more queens, and then everyone's spitting out babies.
It could happen, yeah.
Day 30, the colony has now grown to 3
Oh, yeah, look
worker
at that.
ants. They've started
is he gonna give
dividing
them a bigger
tasks.
enclosure?
Some take care of the baby
When there's
larvae,
enough.
while others stay on
They're
high
still in their
alert.
starter
There's like
area.
five.
Really take down a living target quickly.
They're in the
I'm
this is the
dropping a
tutorial
live
zone.
into the arena.
Oh gosh.
Immediately, a worker ant
The thing is
approached.
huge.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's, yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sniffed around
His sound
for a bit.
effects.
Snip.
There's so many
Snip
sound
snap.
effects.
It's an assassin. Look at it go.
going, man? Get
It's
out of
throwing
here.
it back.
Stay away from me.
Dude,
Okay, the
what?
voices are crazy.
Everything's so AI.
What I told you to.
Realistically, the voices should be more like.
I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you. Snip, 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 snip.
Why are they having a full-blown conversation? They are fighting to the death right now.
Shout out to Ant Trek. If you need any voice actors, just hit us up.
I would be happy to help.
Alec will do the worms. Adam will do the queens.
You know it, girl.
What
they
I
got
told
it.
you to go somewhere else.
Oh, we got him good there.
Bang, bang,
Oh,
bang,
it's
bang,
fighting
bang.
back.
WWE
is
wrestle.
WWE.
Nobody else even cares.
Oh, now it's cleaning off. Its,
Dude, they're
its
doing a
jaws.
1v1.
Wow, they literally are doing nothing.
He's fighting to
Let me
become the
help.
queen.
He's getting help now. There we
Never
go.
mind. Hey, Ant, behave yourself, and I'll let you go. Otherwise,
Oh, yeah, he's cooked.
This is an
Oh,
insane
he's
battle.
stinging
Oh,
him,
it
he's
has a
stinging him, he's stinging
stinger.
him.
What the?
That's it.
The prey started thrashing like
This
he
is getting
just
sad.
realized he
Yeah,
was
this
in
is
big trouble.
poor little millipede.
This is what happens in the wild.
Or is this a centipede?
It's a mealworm.
Oh, crap. My bad.
After a while, the poor thing had to say its goodbyes. Day 50.
As in it died?
What the heck was the...
Where was the joke
What
there?
was the joke?
It had to say its goodbyes.
Andrew.
Okay,
What is
cool.
going on? All right. I'm still invested.
After a month of being raised in a test
50
tube,
days. He says
the
a month.
colony has a total of 11 members, including two queens and 9
Get them
workers,
a bigger
along with
enclosure.
other eggs and larvae. At this point, pupal casings have also appeared in the test tube. Compared to other species, Harpagnathos venator has a slower rate of reproduction and maturation for its first brood.
Oh.
Typically,
Well, that makes sense.
after 30 days, the queens of other species have already produced a large number of worker ants.
Huh.
The test tube is getting seriously cramped, so I gave them an upgrade.
Yes! Finally,
Whoa.
let's go.
New enclosure.
Looks like a
That
hamster
big.
I
exhibit.
connected a fresh new tank using a little tunnel.
It looked way
A lone
bigger
worker
Yeah.
when I
ant
first saw
ventured
it.
through
Yeah.
the tube, scouting ahead.
That actually-
it
yeah, that's
explored
actually
the
pretty
new
small.
tank, circling around. This was the perfect nest to relocate to. It returned to inform the
He's
colony.
telling everyone.
Hey guys, new home.
You would not believe what just happened!
Amazing.
Time to move the
it's a
whole
woman.
crew.
Imagine coming back and telling all your friends that just a mansion appeared out of nowhere.
They're pretty much the Christopher Columbus of ants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's probably the man now, or the woman. What man?
They be exploring. Oh yeah, they're all females right now. The first one was the only male.
Whoever found
But
that
then
is
it died.
probably going to become the queen. I would have so much respect. Like, you just found us this new crib. You know what I'm saying? Respect.
She'll be a princess, just like Alec.
Wait, oh my gosh, if we were ants, we'd all be female. Stop.
I gotta get away from Adam as quickly as possible.
Stop, guys.
I gotta buy some dresses.
Start dressing.
Everyone, please remember our larvae. Let's carefully bring them with us to the new house.
Okay,
let me
Minnie.
help you.
Dude,
Awesome.
what are these
Could you help me
voices?
carry the larvae over there?
The ant colony has officially completed their big
Red.
move. They wasted no time settling
Oh,
into
wow,
their
yeah.
new home. One corner was quickly chosen
They
as
gotta
the
carry the
nursery
eggs.
baby larvae only, please. And
Oh,
another
nice.
area, heavily guarded, that's the royal suite, reserved strictly for the queens.
Wow, it's so
One of
neat
the
how
coolest
they
things
work
about
together.
This ant species, they can jump. Unlike trapjaw ants like odontomatches.
Whoa,
who
whoa,
launch
whoa,
their
whoa.
What the
snapping
heck?
jaws
They're like
jaws.
teleporting.
Harpagnathos
Wow.
venator jumps using their back legs just like some
I didn't know
agile
ants could do
predatory
that.
ants. So of course, I had to test it out. I set up a brand new outworld.
Is that
laid
salt?
down some fine
For the
sand,
Ant Olympics.
added a
What
few
is that?
stylish rocks for aesthetics.
It's an outworld.
Oh,
Boom, ready to go.
my bad.
I connected the tube and let the ants explore their new
New
playground.
portal unlocked.
The squad moved in fast.
So I'm guessing the
Then I
queens
added
never
a
go
little
first.
surprise
Oh, God.
at
No,
the
never.
cockroach.
They don't really leave the nest.
Let's see what those jumping legs can really do.
What the? He's just hanging there.
No, we tied him there. That's
That
actually
is so
sad.
messed
actually.
up.
Bro.
Well, he needs to see if they can jump. Tackle it.
Oh
He's
my
just
gosh,
teasing him
this
with that
ant
snack.
Just quickly walked away. Not a single
That's like
can
hanging my
stop.
buddy Alec up
Not
there.
at all. Wait.
He's the same size.
Do it. Get it. Get it.
Oh my
What the-
God.
You jumped the
they
wrong
did
way?
Not disappoint. Things didn't stop there. The cockroach became the next target with big eyes and
gosh.
sharp
Oh,
vision.
no.
Oh my gosh, it's fast.
Dang,
he's
he's quick.
scared.
Well, he better be scared. It's an
The ant
11v1.
tracked it easily. She crept up from behind Anne.
Those are giant ants.
That's a giant cockroach too. How are they supposed to get that thing?
Oh, no. It got got. It's
Wait,
doing
wait,
judo.
wait. Who's attacking who?
The ant is attacking the cockroach, Adam.
I think the
Cockroach even
cockroach
attack
is more
back?
of a, it's more of a ground fighter.
Oh. Is he trying to fight back? I think he can take out all these ants.
Maybe. Cockroaches are tough to kill.
Uh-oh, he's going for the queen.
Oh, assassin.
Oh my God! From the
Loki's
top
stalking.
ropes. From the top ropes. Here he goes.
You can't see me.
He jumped on him. He jumped him.
Just take out the leg.
Whoa!
Yeah, they're going for the legs.
It almost found me.
What?
Okay.
Oh my God.
He's turning this into an anime.
Okay, I guess they're all just gonna get along
Let's just
now.
live in
oh,
peace.
maybe not.
Oh.
I
my gosh.
stand corrected.
So he just latches on with his with those scissor teeth.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
What the-
gosh.
Outcome of the fight is crystal clear.
That ant is insane.
Thanks to the clever tactics and seriously
It
cool
stabbed
solo
it.
That was a
hunting
little sneak
skills,
attack.
Our jumping ant has won the battle gloriously. Let's all congratulate our little ant.
Oh my gosh, it's stabbing it in the brain.
I don't know if I should
Instead
clap
of
right there.
enjoying her reward alone,
Hey, what is it doing?
she carefully carried the
Oh my
cockroach
God!
Imagine
to
the
her
cockroach
nest
making
to
a big
savor
brain
warm
play
meal with
and just
her
faking
loved
being
ones.
dead.
She's truly beautiful and kind-hearted.
Wow, they took it to the food
Day
storage
60,
container.
Back at the nest,
day
everything's
60.
business as usual. The
Where'd the
cockroach,
cockroach
from the
go?
last
Oh, there it
hunt-
is.
He's just chilling there.
Yeah, its
Yeah.
body is now surrounded by baby ants. This is how they eat. By munching on whatever the
Yep.
workers bring home like it's a weird little picnic.
Why is it so gross looking?
That is disgusting. It looks like the inside of a human intestine.
It's milking the cockroach.
That is one thing I never need to see in my entire life.
It is a real life leech. That is a leech.
It's like a car crash. Like I don't want to look, but I kind of have to.
That is in a horror movie. Imagine you're just like strapped down and then you got a bunch of like ball-sized leeches just sucking all your nutrients out of you.
Ew. I don't want to be a human Capri Sun.
Alec, that did happen to Alec once when we were camping.
Oh yeah, you got attacked by the bugs.
Yeah, they get attacked.
I got bit a couple times.
Get choked.
Something's odd. There are only 10 ants in sight, including both queens. Then we spot it near their trash pile. A lone worker and dead.
No.
What happened?
Our
How
best
did it
guess, it
happen?
was from the first generation. Shorter lifespan, probably just
Dang.
ant retirement forever. A tiny ant society is growing
they
stronger,
eat him?
complicated, tough, and
Didn't
full
seem
of
like it.
surprises.
Looked like a
Thanks
graveyard.
for tagging along with Antric. See you in the next episode where these tiny warriors continue their epic, bite-sized journey.
This is my harvester ant colony.
guys, I get
this
creeped
fight
out by
started from a
ants.
tiny little
Why? I
tube.
love ants.
Over the past
Got
30
so many
days,
little
the
legs.
colony has expanded to an entirely new level. Over the month, I've documented their lifestyle, including them hunting, building shelter, eating, and more.
Dude, that's so cool.
I even introduced special predators and in order to simulate real
That
world
was the
scenarios
cutest
in the
looking
wild.
spider.
To understand how
Why
this
is
all
he
started,
jump
we gotta go
scaring
back
me?
to day one.
Day
where my
one.
entire colony was confined to a single tube.
What the heck,
But
dude?
while they may be small, they are already extremely powerful. To demonstrate
Oh my
this, I'm putting a
gosh.
live mealworm inside.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh,
Mealworm.
that-
Colony
Mealworm.
of
Run,
Mealworm
Mealworm!
was
Oh,
defense
GG's.
mode, and the
Oh
workers
my God.
swarmed the worm.
That was the
While
fastest
half
battle
the
I've ever
ants used their
seen.
mandibles
That is
to
death
crush
by
the worm's
1,000 cuts.
exoskeleton.
That is
The other
torture.
half gathered around the queen and larvae.
I feel like
to
I'm
protect
watching
them
a-
from the
a
potential
murder.
threats. Using their
Protect the
stingers, they
queen.
injected a potent venom into the worm to paralyze it. The meat
Wait, did you guys know that?
What kind of video is this, man?
Did you guys know? Wait, did you guys know that ants have stingers? I thought that they just had like they just had these.
Alec, let's see your butt. Do you have a stinger?
What do you? No, I'm not showing you my. What is no?
Keep that away. Nobody wants to see that.
What are you talking
No.
about?
Well, you guys are so
Oh, my
weird.
bad.
I didn't say that. He said that.
Alex, stop trying to bring up your stinger, dude. We get it. You're a red ant, okay?
I have a really big stinger, but I'm not gonna show it.
I don't want to see it anyway.
worm stood no chance, and its only purpose now was to serve as food
that
for
thing
my
is dead.
colony over the next few
That thing
days.
is dead.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I could
took
tell
less
the
than a day
colony
to
was getting
kill that
way
thing.
too big for this tiny tube, and they were even trying to break their way out.
It's time
so I
to
figured now is a good
expand.
time to expand them into a bigger home.
Whoa.
This is a hybrid
I had one of
nest,
those
and
when
it's
I was
gonna
like
be their
8
new
years old.
home.
That
So
is
I connected
amazing. That is
vinyl
not a
tubing,
home.
and soon enough, one of the ants started to walk towards the new nest.
He's so brave.
He's so
After
slow.
discovering it, she traveled back to her home to tell the rest of the
She-
colony about the new.
How does he know that's a woman?
And
Yeah, aren't they all boys? Aren't they all guys?
No, no, no.
There's only
not-
one queen ant.
There's one queen, but then there's a bunch of peasants, and the peasants can be whatever they want.
Are you sure they're not all boys?
Alec, it is 2020-24. You can identify however you want.
The soldiers are men, but everybody else, I think, is a woman or a man.
I thought that they killed any girl that was born because they don't want another queen. There can only be one queen.
I think that's in a different civilization.
Oh, guys, fact check Alec in the comments. This is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
seriously, I want to know.
Alex
I
is so
actually, I don't
dumb
know
right
if that's
now.
true or not, but that's what I thought.
No.
I thought that every time there was a girl, they just murdered it.
Oh, that's the food. Oh, I see.
Maybe that's with tarantulas.
slowly, over the rest of the day, everyone moved into the nest. I let
Whoa,
the
I
colony
can already
get
see
used
them.
to their new
They're
home for a
laying
few
eggs.
days.
They're
But by
babies.
day 6, I was bored of
It's a
just looking
girl!
at the ants
Kill
in the
it!
plastic nest. So I wanted to build their first real-world habitat with live
Let's
prey
go!
and
Oh, there we go.
predators. A
Let's
desert.
go!
For the build, I built up the substrate starting with a drainage layer, and then I added in a mix of
yeah,
sand
of
and
course,
coconut
drainage
fiber
layer.
to the floor. I finally added in rocks, wood, and cacti to make it.
The ants are gonna love this.
Wait, a desert though? Ants live in a desert? Ants don't live in deserts.
They live in deserts. They live in rainforests. They live in my backyard.
Yeah, they live in like forests, like plains, tropical area, not deserts.
Fire ants live in deserts. That is a fact. That's why they're red, because they're in the sun 24/7.
Jack, tell him how many ants are in the world.
There are trillions, approximately 7.6 trillion ants on planet Earth right now.
That has nothing to do with what I said at all. That literally has nothing to do with what I said.
They're everywhere. They could be here. They could be there. And I actually lied. You guys thought there were trillions. There are actually 20 quadrillion ants on planet Earth right now.
But there's none in the desert. There's no ants in the desert.
That is 2.5 million ants per human being. So they
That
could be
still
everywhere.
doesn't
They could
prove
be.
that they're in the desert though.
They're in your house right now, Alec. They're in your house.
My house is in a desert.
It might as well be because there's nobody else within a 20-mile radius. You have no friends.
What is happening right now? What is happening? I can't.
Mentally, Alec is in a desert.
If you make one more dumb comment, you're out. You're out.
Oh, but real talk, would you guys like be an ant for a day if you could?
Yeah,
made
I'd
me
be
mad.
anything for a day if I could.
been
As long
2
as I don't
minutes.
die, of course.
2 minutes into
Well,
the
you-
video, I'm already so
You
mad at
might
you.
die.
Well, then
The
no,
desert
because
was
ants die all the
complete.
time.
So I connected the ants with another vinyl tube, and quickly a couple workers ventured into the uncharted territory.
Back to ants.
Uncharted territory.
In order
Oh,
to give
how'd
a
you get here? I
reason
don't
for the
know.
colony to explore further.
They're like,
into this
"Ew, desert?
I
This isn't a
sprinkled some of their
rainforest?
favorite
Back to the
foods around
cage."
habitat
We don't
and
live
lion seeds. And let's just say those seeds made the ants start swarming into the desert, and everyone was
always
doing their
lures them
part to
in.
take food back
Well, look,
to the
see, they're
queen.
going in the desert, getting food and coming back because they
Dang,
don't like
that
the
queen
desert.
is-
One of the ants traveled a little too far into the desert
Uh-oh.
and came across this little pit.
What is that? Oh,
Thinking it was
it's a
nothing,
spider.
he made the worst
No, no, no.
decision
No,
of
that's
his
not a
life
spider.
and
I know what
walked
that is.
into it.
Oh,
Dude, no,
what
no.
is that?
Something was attacking, and
it's
the
fighting back,
ant
though.
could do nothing about it. You see, earlier that day, I had placed antlion larvae.
This guy's
into
a
the desert.
savage.
These guys
so
create
evil,
little.
bro.
His name is literally the Ant Lion. That's crazy.
I know.
my gosh.
This guy's so mean. He's literally playing God. He's putting mealworms in to get picked apart alive. He's putting in ant lions to kill his ants, and he's doing it all for fun.
So wait, that is an ant, but it's like a lion ant?
Yeah, it's an it's an Ant Lion.
Some say it's the king of the desert.
Oh.
So they just camp underground and they just wait.
They're literally Fortnite bush campers.
For real.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Got him.
That would be like you waiting at the drive-thru of a Wendy's, just like on your back, waiting for French fries to fall.
Pretty much. You know what? I used to hate this animal, but now I love it. That might be my new favorite insect.
I know what I'm
That's
dressing
your
up
spirit
for.
animal. You are an antlion.
Halloween's coming up, Alex.
Holes in the sand and wait for an unlucky ant like this guy to stumble in.
No,
but this
my
ant wasn't
ant.
going to die without a fight and grabbed on
Sting
with his
him.
mandibles.
Whoa,
He
whoa.
got a sting
The
in.
Sting
ant
him.
lion was
Oh, it's
actually
fighting
losing
back.
and didn't even have a
Wait,
grip
what?
on
No,
the
it's kinda
ant.
winning.
But the ant
you
lion
serious?
was smarter and used his ability to burrow and pulled the ant under
Oh
the
my
sand,
God, he's getting
never
buried alive.
to be
What?
seen
For being an
again.
Ant Lion, he should be way stronger.
While the ants liked the desert, they had to be careful to avoid the deadly predators. Anyways, I wanted to add a desert-themed prey into this habitat to give the ants a
Okay.
solid protein source. So let me
What would
introduce
that
you to
be?
Mexican
prey.
jumping beans.
What the?
These guys
these
may
things.
just look like giant seeds, but in reality, they move.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
Oh,
because
yeah.
inside of
We've
each
seen
of
these
these
before.
beans is a little caterpillar that would eventually turn into a beautiful moth. But these caterpillars
is
will
so
not
strange.
be turning into moths because the ants are going to eat them.
Yeah!
Now, to be honest, I thought the
Yo,
ants would
this
just
guy's
swarm the jumping beans
crazy.
and dig their way into them, but in reality, they didn't really react to them. So I had to expose the juicy prey inside by cutting them open myself
cheating.
and putting them right
Okay,
next to
this
them.
guy is
guy
playing
is-
God.
This
He
guy's
is
cheating.
evil.
Well, it's safe to say that the ants enjoyed the soft membrane caterpillars.
These
that
ants
they
have it
could
so
split in
easy.
half with their
This is
man.
like when my mom
can
chewed my
watch.
food for me
Yeah,
when I was
that's
younger.
actually pretty brutal if I'm being honest. The colony slowly started to
That
build
must
up their
hurt so
food
bad.
supply at their home base with seeds and the
What
caterpillars.
are they eating?
And of course, the excess food led the queen to start laying more and more eggs. And after only a
Yes!
few days, the colony's
More,
population was
more,
getting ready
more,
to boom.
more.
So to
I want to see more clips of the queen just like spitting out her eggs.
Why? You want like a queen cam?
Well, I want to see the ants grow into the colony that they are.
Wait, I'm pretty sure ants are born and then they're like full size and they're just like ready to go. I don't think they're babies. I've never seen a baby ant in my entire life.
It has eggs coming out of her.
No, they go from egg to like full-sized worker ant.
Yeah, that's how everything works, Jack. You start as baby and then you get to adult.
I've never seen a baby ant.
They have showed baby ants in this video.
Guys, comment down below a timestamp of a baby ant and I will disprove it.
prepare for all
It's
the
like the
new
yellow
ants,
ants.
I'm gonna build another entire habitat for the ants to explore with all the new predators and
two
prey.
habitats?
So in this weirdly shaped terrarium, I'm building a rainforest. Honestly, it's a
What?
little complicated.
See, that's
on
where they
how I
actually
built it,
live.
so I'm just
Bro,
gonna show you
wait a
these
second.
sped up clips.
They're gonna go from the
and-
desert to the rainforest? That is insane.
They're gonna go from a tube to a maze to a desert to a rainforest in 30 days.
These ants aren't gonna know what's what from who's who.
I kind of want this guy to like start running my life. Do I get to move to another house every week? That'd be awesome.
Imagine you open your door every single day and it was just like a new biome. Like, oh, frick, dude, we're in the rainforest. I wasn't ready.
It sounds like you're talking about the seasons. I think that happens, Jack.
Wait a second, it's warm outside now?
Jack,
What?
that happens every day.
What the heck, bro?
I might start my own reaction channel. If you guys want to see that, comment down below. Can't deal with these guys anymore.
And
Is this guy gonna add in
there
snow
we go.
soon?
I'm gonna first fill up this rainforest with some Kentucky bluegrass seeds. And then
love
I've
their
also got
seeds.
some flightless fruit flies for the ants to get even more food.
Wait,
Flightless?
Of course,
Wait,
That's
that's
not
not
even a
even
fly.
Imagine being called a fly and you can't fly. That's the most pathetic animal I've ever heard of in my entire life.
I don't even know if that's a real animal. I think that dude like cut their wings off. This guy's crazy.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
that thing had wings. I think it's actually what it's called, a
Yeah,
flightless
but
fly.
it clipped the flying wings.
I think that guy's crazy. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think a flightless fly. That doesn't even make any sense.
Well, let's ask Google.
That is a fallacy.
Food the ants will venture, and within a few minutes, the ants were swarming their new habitat. The flightless fruit flies were the perfect
Flightless
size
fruit
for the
fly.
ants to
That's a
hunt,
thing.
and literally single
so
ants could bring them
weird.
back
That's
to
so
the nest.
sad.
But this wasn't just a food-filled dreamland. There are predators here, and this ant is about to figure out the hard way.
Let's
With one
nickname
wrong
him
turn, the ant
Alec.
makes its way towards a carnivorous Venus flytrap.
No,
Alec, watch out. Alec! Alec, don't do it, Alec!
It's a fly trap.
Alec, don't do it.
This really
There's
would be
so
Alec.
much to
This
live
really would
for.
be Alec.
Foolishly, it fell for
Yep.
the bait.
No,
as Venus
Alec.
That is so
flytraps
Alec.
produce a
Alec, you
sweet
fool.
nectar
I could
to
lure
its
him
Fly
in with a
trap,
big
not an
net
ant
so
trap,
easily.
dummies.
Alec, you gotta
As
get
the
out of
ant
that.
was busy inspecting the plant,
Oh, no.
the flytrap
Oh, no, Alec.
slowly started to close
God,
its
that is
mouth,
the dumbest
leaving
way to
no
go out. Are you
chance of
serious?
escape for the ant. You could see the ant slightly moving around
Why
inside.
do I feel
but
like
over
Alec
time,
wanted that
the
to
Venus
happen?
Flytrap will
So much honey everywhere. Oh, it tastes so good.
That's actually low-key Alec's, like, dream come true. He's trapped with a bunch of food.
I'm just suffocating in food. Oh, no, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so good.
produce a type of acid
Well,
that will
R.I.P.
dissolve
Alec
the
in
poor
the chat.
ant into nothing but
I'm not out yet.
nutrients.
Look, I'm still
But
squirming in there.
carnivorous plants weren't the only thing the ants
Okay,
had to
I'm
watch
dead.
out for. As I'm
Yeah, you're
about
dead.
to
He's dead.
introduce a fierce predator into the rainforest.
I
Something
don't see it.
menacing with excellent
gotta be a
eyesight
spider.
and sharp venomous fangs.
Oh my
Everyone,
goodness.
please welcome Jeremy, my jumping
The
spider.
jumping spider!
I haven't fed Jeremy in days, so I
Jeremy.
expect him to instantly start eating
I see
plants.
bragging
Did you
about
hear
that.
him?
I haven't fed Jeremy in 17 weeks, so he's starving.
This guy is crazy.
And I've trapped him in a room and constantly spun him for the last 48 hours. Let's see what
dizzy
happens.
Wait, what? Okay, it turns out Jeremy is a little bit camera shy and just instantly went to
Aw.
hide in some plants.
GG's, Jeremy.
I tried to push him out
What
so
a
I could
cutie.
film him eating some of the ants,
Hey,
but he
do
just
something.
went and hid
Do
in another
something.
place where I couldn't even see
the
him.
scene from Nemo.
Well, Jeremy is in this rainforest, and when he does decide to come out, these ants better be careful. Yeah. It was now day 23, and today I wanted to simulate some natural disasters across
There
not
we go,
only
let's
the
go.
rainforest, but
Oh,
also
wow.
the desert to see how the
Wait,
ants will
really?
react. Of course, over in the desert, I'm going to create a sandstorm. So I brought over my hairdryer and turned it on.
Dude, he's flexing on us. How much is that hair dryer? He's got like the $400 one.
That is a crazy hairdryer.
He has that Dyson Double Blow 65,000.
Like, what hair dryer are you using on that thing?
I'm pretty sure you just blow into his hair every morning.
What is wrong with you guys?
The sand started to fly everywhere, and the ants that were out exploring had to try their best to cling onto the grains of sand that they could.
Jeffrey!
But over
Oh,
in the
no, he
rainforest,
gone.
fog had started to roll in, and a thunderstorm appeared out of nowhere.
These ants are probably so confused.
This rain will play a vital role in making sure the ant colony has enough water to sustain their entire colony. It was nearing the end of the 30-day simulation, and today, on day 28, I wanted to see how the ants would respond to an intruder in their home nest.
I feel like that's such a lame-looking colony.
Yeah, what the heck? They're probably all spread out.
So I removed the glass and put the roach in.
Oh my gosh!
This guy's a
Down to the
savage!
bottom of the nest, where there
Seriously?
were no ants. Now to be
That's like imagine somebody just lifted up your roof and dropped in like a 7'5" man just to cause havoc. He's just running around like, wake up, I'm gonna eat your queen, me.
It's like the
That's
Shack
basically what
Delicious.
just happened.
Yeah, I think I'd become friends with him.
To be honest, I thought the ants would
Hey dude, the
start
queen's in the
swarming
back.
roach.
I really hope one of the ant like tames it and then they ride it into battle like a stallion.
And then they start breeding.
Crawled down to the bottom of the nest where there were no ants. Now,
Oh,
to be
my
honest,
bad.
I thought
We're on
the
the wrong
ants would
page.
instantly start swarming the roach, but it took a few minutes before even the first
we go.
ant had contact with it. The ant got super scared and fell
he
on his
just did
back.
that.
But the roach was just as scared, and it ran all the way
Why
to
is
the
the
exit
roach
of the
scared?
nest. He then
Wait.
crawled out into the desert outworld, never to be seen again. Thankfully, the queen was
Dude, that thing
left
sucked.
unharmed, and the colony got
I thought
to
it was
live
supposed to
another
cause
day.
havoc.
Over the past 30 days,
Just
the
left.
ants went from a
He
tiny
peacefully
tube
left.
See, look, see the yellow one? The
thriving
yellow one's
nest
baby.
with
Wait, let's go back.
multiple
Oh.
The yellow ant. Called it. Told you right there.
Yeah, right
Boom,
there, right
baby
there.
ant.
Wait, how do you know that? It looks like a normal size
Could just
ant.
be a female
It's not
ant.
developed yet. In like the tomorrow it'll be brown probably.
So it's like a non-puberty ant.
Yeah, why do you know so
Correct.
much about
It's a
non-developed ants
prepubescent
and
ants.
animals?
But also, wait, but it's like the same size as the other ants.
Yeah, it just went through its growth spurt. Sometimes there's 14-year-old kids who are just as tall as you. Not me, but you.
In this video, I've never seen an ant that's smaller than the normal size ants. They've always been the same size.
How
often are you looking at ants, Jack?
That's the queen. The queen's supposed to be. She's got that thicky.
She's got a gat.
I feel like Adam hasn't contributed in this video except for right now.
She's got a gat. Gat. Let's get back to the video.
Tube to a thriving nest with multiple ecosystems. Although some of the ants were lost to predators, the survivors were able to prosper until day 30. By the way, this is only my 5th ever video.
If 1,000 ants had to fight a black widow, what would actually happen? Would the spider's venom come out on top, or would the sheer number of ants overwhelm her?
The venom
in
would
this video,
spread,
I'm
yes.
going to test ants against that and tons of other interesting scenarios to see how strong ants really are.
The only problem is I don't have 1,000 ants. Thankfully, I found this website that sells just that. And the coolest thing is
300 billies?
We might actually get something really good.
Dude, who is farming ants?
Everybody, Adam. Everybody farms ants.
$300 for 1,000 ants. That's about 33 cents per ant.
That was really good math. That was actually...
Thanks, Alec.
Let's go, Alec.
Wow. And also, too, it says in the description roughly 1,000 ants. So it could be lower.
And it's mystery species. What if you get like stupid ants?
What?
And the ants might fight each other when they're getting transported.
No,
Yeah.
that was
I
stupid.
guess, yeah,
no.
wow.
That's what the ants do, though. Ant colonies fight other ant colonies.
$300. Let's just add this to the cart.
And I bought the most expensive shipping option to make sure the ants would arrive without any dying.
Dude, the animations are sick.
I'm so excited. As long as I gotta get to
Dang it, I thought we'd see his address.
So fun to watch these go against the Black Widow and everything.
You can
else
only
in
hide
the
for
tank.
so long.
Anyways, I brought them to the recording area and opened up the package. And I was kind of surprised by what I found.
No, are they in here? Oh my gosh. Okay, there actually
Whoa.
is like 1,000.
That kind of skeeves me out.
Did you guys think it would be way bigger than that?
Yeah, that's a tiny vial for 1,000 ants.
I think Terra Green might have a nail biting problem.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. It was a bad pause. My bad, Terra Green. I heard if you rub nail polish on it, like clear nail polish, clean
Nail polish?
clear nail polish.
Do not look up Nair. Do not. Adam's been Googling
Back
some
to the
weird
video,
stuff.
guys.
You can
Back
also
to the
use
video.
Nair. It's but way different.
Since they were in a pill bottle, I couldn't really get a good look at them, so I got a clear container and dumped them all inside. Instantly, you
Whoa.
can now see the true
Wait, one
scale
escaped.
of what 1,000
All right,
ants
yeah, they're spread
actually
out.
looks like. And at least, I mean, I think it's 1,000. I'm not counting all these guys. And after analyzing the species, I realized that
fries!
these were harvester ants, which are equipped with venomous stingers.
Ooh, nice.
And massive man.
Okay, that's not fair for my Black Widow. He's
Yeah.
gonna get stung.
I'm sorry to say, Adam, I don't think the Black Widow stands a singular chance. This is like Adam trying to fight 1,000 10-year-olds at once. There's no way you win.
Dude, he couldn't just get like normal house ants? What the heck?
Normal house. Wait, what does that mean? What are normal house ants?
All the
What,
ants
do
that
you-
are in our house, Alec, like house ants.
Do you have ants in your room? Do you sleep with ants in your bed?
Yeah, it's normal.
That's
it's
not
house ants.
normal.
Comment down below. House ants are normal.
Symbols, meaning yes, this was actually going to be a
Ow.
very interesting video with everything I was going to test.
Now, for these 1,000 ants to be able to fight a Black Widow, we first need to get them in a nest. And well, everyone say hello to the Terra jar. It's like Terra Green, except I replaced the green with a jar. Anyways,
This guy is so smart. This guy's a genius. I hope Terra Green makes a video on us, and then when he sees Adam, he'll call him Terra Idiot. Terra's dumb.
Ow, ow. Okay, these just copying.
Oh, there goes Terra Forehead. Oh, he stopped.
I guess your name's Terra Criminal then, Alec.
I'm not a criminal.
10,000 likes and Alec will verse 1,000 Black Widows.
go and dump all these guys in here.
I'm down.
Hurry, everyone. This is way bigger than that tiny pill bottle you were in.
Right away, you could see the ants starting to move around on top of the soil. Now, you might be thinking that this
They're trying to escape.
Accidental pause.
isn't enough space for the ants. Well, it actually is, because this is specifically designed for the ants to dig out tunnels all along the sides of the glass. And as the video progresses, we're gonna see their nests
Whoa.
get crazier
Wow.
and crazier. And yeah, most of the ants were kind of going crazy trying to climb up the glass, but after leaving them alone for only a few hours, you could see they were already starting to construct their tunnel system. Each of the worker ants would pick up singular grains of sand from the tunnels, walk up to the surface, drop the sand, and go back down to repeat the process.
Wow.
They don't even know that they're building this all for nothing. This is like they're building their future and they have no idea that he's about to unleash all sorts of chaos inside of their house.
Yeah. It's kind of like when your mom tells you to clean up before a party. Is it? No, it's nothing like that. My bad.
No, when you have
unless your
1,000
party is
ants,
filled
you
with
can
Black
see
Widows.
they dig out a pretty good amount in only just an hour of this time-lapse footage.
Oh yeah,
I could do that
sick
in
to
2
see
seconds.
The ants already starting to build their nest, and it should be fully dug out by the end of the video. Anyways, as you know, I'll be putting these guys to the test against a Black Widow. But before then, I have all of these different training activities to prepare the ants for the
Crickets.
final spider boss. Second up, we're
And
gonna see
Squid
how fast they
Games.
can take down some prey. Yup. We got a
No,
cricket.
poor
Oh
guy.
my gosh, crickets hate me, and sorry, buddy, you are gonna
No.
be. Well, I guess you guys will just see what's about to happen.
No.
Well, right after dropping the
No!
cricket in, literally within like a nanosecond, the ants
Oh.
were swarming it. I thought it would
Oh
only take
my
like a couple
God.
minutes, but
Poor
no.
cricket.
This cricket was already pinned down, getting venom injected into him. As I said earlier, each of these ants is equipped with a venomous sting.
my
Hey,
God.
yo! Hey,
Humans,
yo!
but the crickets,
He
when there's
got that
like 20
yabba
ants
dabba
repeatedly
doo!
stinging you,
Brother,
you're
chill!
kinda done for. Yep, ants don't play around when there's a threat near their nest.
was quick.
And you can see over the next 30 minutes, the cricket stayed completely surrounded by the ants. And I'm
This is kind of like when us three, when we go to McDonald's and we all get the same Big Mac and we all take a bite out of it. It's kind of like the same thing.
Except we don't stick our butts in it first, or do we?
And I'm guessing they already started to rip its antennas off and stuff to get a
What?
tasty meal to spread with the rest of the colony.
Dang, that was cool to watch. Anyways, it's getting late.
Dang,
so I
bro,
think
that
I'm gonna
was
go and put
sick.
this bucket on top of the ants so it's dark for them. And I'm gonna go to sleep.
Nighttime!
Daytime.
And over those next 10 hours,
like
the ants made
flashbangs.
the tunnels so much larger and more intricate than before. And on the back, they even had tunnels all the way down at the bottom. with
These guys
ants
are good.
actively walking about the whole
What if they're intelligent enough to spell, so they're carving out SOS?
Help me.
system.
Anyway, ants, it's 8 a.m. and that means it's time. As you can see, the bell alarm
Wake
going.
up!
It's time for
Freaking
challenge.
battle time! Battle stations!
For this training, I have
This
to
is
pick
like
up
the
one
Hunger Games.
unlucky ant and transport
This
him
is the
to
Hunger
the
Games.
Antlion pit. If you don't
You've
know
been
what an
chosen as
antlion is,
tribute.
well, this is it. It's just a tiny little
It's gonna make
bug
the
that has
trap,
actually
right? The
evolved
swirly
over
trap?
millions of years to be an expert at
This
taking
ant has
down
no idea
ants.
what's about to
Basically,
happen.
when you go
Bro, I got something to say, and I think the ant's gonna win.
Dude, this is kind of evil, bro. Imagine there's aliens that come down and pluck one of us and then go put them on their world, and everywhere on their world is just like explosives, just mines. And they're like, okay, run down this strip of mines and try to survive.
But they can actually win this, though. This, unlike a landmine, I feel like an ant could win this fight.
This guy is an ant lion. It's a lion of ants, Jack. It kills the ants.
I'll give you $100 if the ant wins. No, you give me $100 if the ant wins.
Wait.
All right, Alec, we'll give you $100 if the ant wins.
No, I won't, because the ant's gonna lose.
Yeah, so if the ant wins, you give Jack $100.
Yeah, I'm team ant, you're team ant lion.
Have you seen this already? Why would you bet that? There's no way you're betting that.
I'm just trying to be entertaining for the people.
Sounds like
Fine, I accept. There's no way the ant wins.
All right. And if you guys
Jack must
both,
know something I don't, because
I have
there's
no
no way.
idea.
if it's a draw, you guys both give me $100.
No, we each give each other 100.
Basically, when you go and put them on the floor, they start
This
to
ant
dig
is so
themselves under
dead.
the ground, and then they just go around digging. And I have 9 more of these guys, which I spread across.
Okay,
the
okay, bro.
You can see
Everything
that
is
they're
landmines.
nine.
Alex is right.
I thought it was
I
one.
told
Back
you,
within
bro.
a few hours, you can see that each of the antlions had actually dug out their own little pits in the ground, and when an
God.
ant walks into
This
the
ant
bottom
has
of
no
them,
idea.
they're basically cooked.
All right, ant. I'm
Come
gonna
on,
put
ant.
at the start.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I'm
Jack,
gonna
you got
put
that 100?
some breadcrumbs.
Where's that 100
this is
at?
torture.
If you survive this.
And without further ado, I let
Tara
the ant
Green's let
loose.
the power
Let's
get to
see
his
if he
head.
can get the bread to feed the colony. Immediately, he started to explore around the sand area. He had no idea that
Come
he
on,
was
ant!
constantly walking near
This
these
ant has
pits
no
of death.
idea.
And eventually, he took a wrong
You are
step and
tiny, but
stumbled
you are
inside
mighty.
them.
Oh,
These pits are
no!
specifically
I got my 100.
designed to make the ants trip into them.
Come
The
on,
antlion
Jack.
at the bottom
What's
must have
going
been
on?
sleeping or something.
Okay, he
because
got
something
out.
I love the
happened
smell of
and
my
the ant was
money.
just able to
He
walk
got out of there.
I hope
Look
your smells
closely,
as
this
good.
caused the antlion to wake up. He was now active and armed, with his mandibles now throwing up sand in case the ant walked in again. And over the next few minutes, the ant did just that.
No!
He kept walking inside of the pit.
He's playing with them.
Never quite
He's
snapped
Curious
on the ant at
George.
the right time. Well, that was until this. You see, this is paused footage, but basically if we unpause it, you can see exactly what happens when an antlion gets a hold of the ant.
What?
The
Oh!
antlion started to bring the ant under.
I can't tell what that
Within
is.
a few seconds, it was like there was never anything.
I can't
waiting
even
here.
see.
I thought it was
Did he
over,
miss it?
And you could tell by the sand moving that the
don't
ant was
know.
getting pulled further and further.
Oh, he's in
There's no
there.
way to- there's
Oh,
no
he's
way to
deep in
know.
I
there.
saw this. A little bit of the ant's head had poked out of the ground.
Get out of there!
Somehow was fighting back.
Go!
It must have been using its stinger to
Go!
try and escape. I immediately
Oh,
rushed back
yes!
and recorded with my other camera, and what I saw was so weird.
Fight
the
back!
ant had somehow made it out from under the sand, but it wasn't trying to escape. In fact, it was using its
It wants
front
more.
legs to
Yeah,
try
throw
and
those
dig
mandibles.
back under the ground.
It's trying to throw the mandibles.
What the heck? Why is this ant digging like a dog? god. He's literally using his front legs.
Yeah,
to
get him!
dig in the sand.
Let me at him!
He wants him. He wants him.
Nah, bro. If you want to be eaten by an antlion that bad, I will gladly put you right there. Have fun, buddy.
Right after putting him in this pit, this antlion also woke up and eventually snapped at the ants. And it once again started to pull him underground.
Sting him.
But miraculously, this ant was able to fight back once again and somehow
This is
broke
Juggernaut
free,
ant.
immediately ran out of the
These
hole
ant lions
and
are
straight
trash.
over to the breadcrumbs to claim his prize.
Nah, Jack cheated or something. There's no way.
And now he somehow won the challenge.
Nah, bro.
That's
There's
crazy.
something up with these ants. I'm being dead serious. How on earth did he escape the antlion pit over here? And how on earth did he escape this one and then know to go to the bread? And now is trying to bring bread back to the colony. Bro, well played. You survived.
Money.
It was a tie.
You and all the bread back to the colony.
Oh, he's gonna be king.
I brought it all over to the nest, and the entire colony was.
Bro, imagine surviving not one, but 2 antlions, and you go back to the nest, bro. You're gonna be him.
No, dude. No, not one person is gonna believe a word that you say.
Well, imagine the opposite. Imagine being an antlion and then losing to an ant and then going back to your family. That's the most embarrassing thing ever. That's like you're in a tribe in the old days and everyone in the tribe calls you the deer hunter. And then you go out hunting deer and you get clobbered by one, and there's an antler in your rectum or maybe in your liver, and then you're limping back to your home, and they're like, "What happened?"
Sounds like a very personal
The
story.
deer got me.
Have you read my biopic?
Your what? What is a biopic?
Wait, isn't that like a book about yourself?
A biopic?
Oh.
Anyway, Alec, I'll send my money in the mail. You send your money in the mail. It's a draw.
That's called business, baby.
Next up, though, let's see what we got on the table for the ants.
Super excited because they all swarmed the bread and started taking little pieces of it underground. Anyways, I went and waited a few hours and came back to find the nest even bigger once again. The ants still are not done with their training sessions, and next up, we gotta see if they can survive some Venus flytraps for some food. So I immediately picked up some of the workers to bring them to the flytrap minefield, completely decked out with tons of Venus flytrap plants.
Something's wrong with Terra Green.
We got a gorilla. I'm just kidding. I don't know why it's packaged in this. Basically, what it is just a bunch of oats, and I'm just gonna feed these to the ants. Let's put them inside.
You see, each Venus flytrap has these tiny little trigger hairs inside of them, and when something touches them, it causes them to close. And if I carefully put the oats in between the hairs without hitting any of them, I can basically just put the food in here, which will make the ants have to carry them out. But it was actually pretty hard to get the oats perfectly inside, so I ended up just spreading the oats everywhere around the tank.
All right, let's see how the ants do in here. I have a feeling.
Oh, there's an army now.
Too well, but yeah, we'll see.
Immediately,
The ants are
had
cooked,
started
bro.
to
No
swarm
way.
out the
Yeah.
tube that I put them in, and they were probably really confused of why they were all just transported away from their nest. And for a little while, they kind of just walked around, investigating their new environment. That was until a couple minutes later, where this first ant walked up to
What do you guys think? Venus flytrap or ant?
Flytrap. Uh-oh, Adam has
Sticking with
switched teams.
Team Ant. I'm still Team Ant.
Adam did not switch teams.
I did not
But
switch
it's definitely Venus Flytrap. There's no way that it wins.
All right, Adam, $200 that the ants survived.
I'm not. Dude, there's something's up with you.
You're
I don't know.
on!
Yeah, let's go.
They're all gonna die.
He probably had
I'm
no
telling
idea
you,
that
Jack
these
knows
plants were
something that we
basically
don't, bro.
alive and wanted to eat him whole. Thankfully, though, this guy was able to walk out of the plants without triggering any of the traps. However, a few minutes later, this ant walked up to another one of the plants, and well, this time all I'll say is he wasn't as lucky.
Bro is
Surprisingly,
aura
he
farming.
wasn't super attracted to the oats, but it did seem like he may have been attracted to the traps themselves. You see, Venus flytraps create a very thin
that.
layer of nectar
Yeah,
around
nectar.
the lip of the jaws to lure insects in, and eventually, this ant ended
Yum,
up,
yum, yum,
well,
yum.
It's like
walking
when
into
girls
one,
get lip
hitting
filler.
a trigger hair,
Get out
and
of there.
just like that, he was now stuck inside of the jaws. As you can see, the ant was just walking around inside,
Nah, he's
trying
chill,
to
he's
escape,
chill.
and he had no
Yeah,
idea
he's
what
gonna
to
get
do.
out, Jack,
Too bad
yeah.
for this guy. This trap is gonna release a type of acid over the next few days to basically just turn him into
Nah,
some
he's fine.
nutrients.
Days.
Oh yeah,
Days.
Jack, he's good, Jack.
He likes
A
it.
few
He
Interestingly
likes
enough,
it.
pretty
days.
much all the ants I had put inside were staying away from the traps, and we're all grouped up around this corner. In fact, they were actually starting the process of digging some more tunnels. Now, these ants still think they're in the nest. They're just trying to dig. Well, I mean, I guess it's pretty smart if you're not getting eaten by the traps. Because over the next 20 minutes, only one one single ant came across another Venus flytrap. This guy. Let's call him Larry. Now, Larry is a daredevil because he was walking all over the jaws of all of these plants.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely risking it for the biscuit. But eventually, Larry's luck ran out.
No,
because
Larry.
This happened. The jaw had closed on him.
Oh, he's only
leaving
half in.
of his body stuck
It only
out of
got his
This is actually
yacht.
pretty good for Larry because it means he had a chance to escape.
Come on,
Using
Larry.
all of his strength, which albeit is not very much.
Come on,
he
Larry.
tried pushing himself out of the
is a
jaws.
spider?
But the trap is designed to just get tighter and tighter as time goes on, meaning this ant was doomed.
No!
Well, not actually, because I kind of felt bad for Larry.
Yes!
So I cheated nature and
Yes!
used my tweezers to open
Let's
the trap.
go!
I safely got
I
Larry
won!
out and brought
Suck
him
it,
back to
plant!
the rest of the colony. Anyways, that training actually went really
Wait, but why did he do that for Larry and not the other one? Come on, what?
I'll take that 200 in the mail, Jack. Thank you.
well. Every single ant survived except one. So I brought them all back to the nest and gave the whole colony a bunch of these little gorilla oats to show my support. As you can see, it didn't take long for some of the ants to start moving the oats down to their intricate tunnel systems. And speaking of these tunnel systems, the last training session I'm putting these ants through before the Black Widow is a flood simulation.
Dude, I was going to say that as a joke, but he's actually doing it. I was going to say, like, tsunami.
This is torture.
What if they all die before the Black Widow?
I don't know.
Just to end their whole civilization. Yeah. He definitely knows, like, some of them are deep down there. Like, they are so... The ones that are down all the way in the bottom of this jar are cooked.
Well, when you think about it, right, it's just like a really bad rainstorm, and most ants survive that.
Yeah.
Right?
What if it's acid rain?
Is that pee? What is that?
Yeah, it's
Terror's not gonna pee on them.
I never thought he'd give him a flood in the first place.
Next 1,000 ants video, like, pee on them.
1,000 ants versus natural disasters.
Meteor shower.
Write that down. Write that down.
I'm flooding this ant nest.
Well, kinda, because if I actually flooded this thing, it would kill every single ant. So instead, I've got this thing called the Little Dripper, which, as you can see, drips some water droplets very slowly.
This is a torture
it might
method.
seem kind of lame, but this little
It
bit
is,
of water
Alec, it
should
is.
be enough to eventually collapse part of the ant's tunnel system. And if it does collapse, if they
sound
can
so
fix
excited.
it quickly, it means they would have passed all my training missions, and that means they're ready for the Black Widow.
When he said rain, I expected, I don't know, just like a little more. Yeah. Or like maybe multiple drips set up, not just one drip, 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 like an old man trying to pee.
Why do you know that?
I'm just guessing that's how it is.
That's how it is in the movies.
You can tell us, Alec.
What movies are you watching?
It's called, yeah, it's called the
So
drip.
I immediately started to drop the little
I'll have to
droplets
check
of
it out.
water. And initially, the ants were very confused. Some of the droplets were hitting the ants and making them get completely drenched.
Oh, dear
in water.
God,
But to my
tsunami!
surprise, it almost seemed like the ants wanted to get wet because more and more of the ants started to gather around
No
where the
duh.
water was
What?
dropping.
They're thirsty.
Eventually, a whole pile of ants was getting completely soaked
are they
by it.
collecting
See,
it?
ants are amazing
Yeah, it
in
looks
their
like a
ability
Diddy
to
party.
work as a team. And in the wild, if a
Or a
real
water
flood
park, yeah.
occurred, a massive ant colony would literally join together to make a raft out of their bodies. And that
That
way the
is so
important stuff
cool.
like the queen and eggs
Yeah, that
could
is
stay on the
insane.
top and stay dry to ensure the future.
The ones on the bottom must be drowning.
Would you guys do that like with your family and like the neighbors if you had to? Like group up so you guys float?
I'd sink. I'm a sinker. Just like my poops.
This is madness.
And on a mini scale, this is sort of what the ants are doing here. They're joining together to make a shield out of their bodies that will prevent the water from getting into their tunnels where all the eggs are stored.
Wow, ants are actually amazing. I was totally expecting these tunnels to just collapse from the water, but it seems like ants have literally evolved to do pretty much anything.
No, don't
I'll
move
leave
it.
This water. I don't want to do any
That was
more
it.
harm. You guys proved to me you're very capable.
They instantly took down the cricket.
Okay, here we
somehow
go.
Escaped the ant lions, survived
time.
the Venus flytraps, and even survived a flood.
It is
And throughout
time.
that process, they managed to build an awesome nest with a thriving colony.
It is safe to say these ants are ready for my Black Widow.
Yes!
This is actually my last Black Widow because all the other ones from my other videos have escaped. Yeah, don't tell my mom.
But anyways, I went and put the Black Widow in a container so you
Whoa.
guys could get a good look at it.
Oh,
As
it's
you can
pretty
tell,
big.
it has that insane, iconic
Hey,
red
yo.
hourglass abdomen. Wait, sorry. This is my pet robot Black Widow. This is not the real one. Here is the real Black Widow. As you can tell, it's extremely
I don't like its
and under its
legs.
glossy black abdomen is where the red hourglass is
Let's
located.
go.
So Adam, you think that the Black Widow will win?
Yes. Look, he has 8 arms. Dead, 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 dead. He can kill 8 at a time. Plus, he's got the 2 fangs.
Adam, I hate to break it to you, but that is a female.
Ants have an insane amount of venom, so if it even bites a single ant, it's safe to say it's gonna be a goner.
He should do a tarantula
here
next
is the
time.
tank where the final battle will take place. I went and put a few sticks from my backyard, then I put in the Black Widow.
Yes!
Immediately, she started climbing all over the sticks, and I went and waited a little while she sort of settled in and found a nice spot to rest. Once she did, I went to the
hope she
ant
makes a
nest,
nest.
scooped a good amount of the workers into a tube so we could get this battle started.
That's
Let's
it?
get these ants in here.
Wait.
Let the games begin.
Okay, this is torture.
Immediately, the ants
sorry.
started to run out of the tube and down onto the sand. When pretty much all of the ants had made it down to the sand, some started to make their way over to the Black Widow, which was just perched right above them.
You
on the
fools!
waiting. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty impatient guy, and I couldn't bear to wait for the battle to start. So I literally picked up the stick myself to bring the spider down to the ants.
Hey,
Immediately,
yo!
the spider started to run around, and none of the ants really
Peregrine's
noticed
on a
besides
schedule.
This guy. I kind of bit the spider's leg or something and scared it away. The spider tried to escape as fast as it could by climbing the glass, but it was too slick. Once a few other of the ants had noticed the Black Widow was on the ground, they started to jump it. And it was actually really funny to watch.
Whoa.
As you
Ants
can
are
see,
insane.
There's barely any ants, and the spider
Oh
was
my God.
so scared, trying to run away at full speed.
No,
You're like
it's a
the
1v1.
most
Sorry,
fast
Adam.
spider in the
Adam, you're
world. Why
cooked.
are you not just fighting
Oh
back?
gosh, that's only
Yeah,
one.
A couple of the ants just kind of continued to
Fight
terrorize
back,
the
buddy!
Black Widow. But the thing is, all of the
my
rest of the ants
God.
were kind of just doing their own thing at the other side of the enclosure.
Why is he not
I had to
fighting
make
back?
this more interesting.
They don't even
so I had
care.
a better plan. I went and picked up all of the ants to bring them back to the nest.
All right.
No.
Well, I got the Black Widow. from
Black
the
Widow
tank, and
in
hey,
the nest?
The title did say 1,000 ants versus Black
Oh,
Widow. Let's
no.
actually-
bro.
This Black Widow
Oh my
is so
God.
dead, bro.
Oh, can I change my
Well,
answer?
Oh, I kind of feel bad.
Too late.
Oh
We
my.
started going crazy, running everywhere.
Wow.
Obviously, the ants did not act kindly. Every single
my
worker
gosh.
went on red alert mode and jumped onto the spider, grabbing her with their mandibles and repeatedly stinging it over and over. As you saw
Wow.
with the cricket, ants do not mess around
It's
with stuff in the
over.
nest. And to my surprise, the Black Widow did not even get a chance to fight back. It's actually pretty
It
crazy.
didn't even
how
kill one
quickly
ant.
The ants had pinned it down and started to devour it. And yeah, well, that's literally all that happened. And that should answer your question of who wins in a fight. 1,000 ants definitely wins, and they basically beat
Easy.
everything.
In this box are over 1,000 ants, and in this video we're going to not only make them a new nest, but this nest will also have an ant elevator. They will also be put to
Go
the
ahead.
test to take on live boss fights
gosh.
to secure
Whoa,
their
my
home,
gosh.
and we'll get to watch how over 1,000 ants take down prey.
Like, genuinely, I've never felt so stressed in my life.
I got Ants HQ
Why?
to send me
He's not
everything
fighting.
I could possibly need to take care of 1,000 ants. They sent me out some dubia roaches and some red runner bugs. And yes, these bugs will be the ants challenge later in the video.
Those
There's
things are
also loads
huge.
of different parts to build their nest and outworld. And we also, of course, got the ant elevator too, which is insanely cool. And last but not least, the vials of thousands of ants waiting to get in out into their new home. Not only
Whoa.
that, but there's loads
that
of tiny
warrior
little
ant.
ant eggs waiting and will be hatching soon. There's also different types of ants as well within this colony, which is super cool, like these soldier ants. They will carry much bigger items and prey
Wow.
to help out the smaller workers. They're also known to have a pretty nasty bite with those massive mandibles. Let's make the ants a new outworld. First, I need to look up how to build it with these instructions.
Dude, this would take me a year to build. This looks like it's from IKEA.
Those are some pretty easy instructions. You just put the walls together, you screw them in. It would take Alec and I like 30 seconds.
It takes you a year to build things from IKEA?
I'm pretty sure Adam has actually bought a bunch of IKEA furniture before and didn't even open the boxes and then just sits on the boxes.
What do you call it? I can't build this?
Okay.
Stop!
And if you know how any
Back
man
to the
works, we don't need them. Also, enjoy this satisfying clip.
Oh, that is nice.
Oh.
Oh, that's
All
good.
right, guys.
That is
Skip
good.
the whole process, as I
I'm
didn't
sold.
want to bore
I'm
you,
leaving a
but we
like.
finally have a new outworld. This is where the ants will have their battles later on in the
1 year
video
later.
and collect food and water. Now to decorate it, I just filled it with some sand, but not too much, as I didn't want them to think this is their nest and start
Oh,
digging.
yeah.
I then
That's
added
true.
some rocks to create enrichment.
So this is the
and I
battlefield.
also added this wood to complete the look.
Seems like
and
it.
with that, the outworld was pretty much complete.
This is gonna
But
get good.
I forgot to do one crucial thing before moving on to adding the ants.
What
You'll
happened?
see later when I add them, but let's just say we had a few ants having a Braveheart moment and I felt a few bites. I then
Oh,
add the main
they
nest
escaped.
to the outworld. This is where the queen will live alongside the workers and soldiers. Now remember, we will be adding another nest on top of this nest with an elevator. After that, it was time for the final sauce.
What
It was
the-
time to inject the secret serum into the ant queen. I'm kidding. It's
Are we making
literally
Captain
just
America?
water
I
That'll
think it's
use on
water.
the
Yep.
sponge
There we go.
inside the nest to create more humidity. But there are
Okay, so I see exactly what's going on now.
So at the bottom is the battlefield. Then the elevator is so that at the top there can actually be, that's where the ant nest is. So they can go up and down into the battlefield.
It seems like it, yeah, so that the full power of the ants can attack whenever they want to, and the queen will never be in danger.
Yeah, I kind of like that concept. Where was this Ants HQ?
This is BioLife.
I mean, I think it's a decent idea, but that's also, like, if the ants are losing, they can just retreat back into their home and they're not forced to battle anymore. I want to see war. I want to see death.
It would be kind of cool if in a different video, they connect 2 different ant armies to the same area.
There we go.
Yeah, and then they drop an alligator in it, and then we see what happens.
I don't see how the alligator is necessary,
Oh,
but
no, that's my bad.
it's okay, it's okay.
some crazy ants out there that I can buy. So if
Maybe
you
a
want to see some
crocodile, though.
alien ants, give this
That could be
video a
cool.
like. So
Oh
I know
my
that-
thick
And, well,
mama.
here goes nothing. It was time to add the ants into their new nest. Look how
That's a
many
lot of
ants
ants.
there are crawling around waiting to
Whoa.
get out. I opened up each container one by one.
That looks like
and
more
they
than
all
1,000
started
ants, to be
flood
honest.
out like tiny little zombies. This was crazy to see.
Oh yeah, crazy.
They're so tiny, and then you see the warrior soldiers, and they're massive.
Yeah, I think they're 10x the size of a normal ant.
I just
You
don't
can
know
also
what's
see the
beating
soldier
that.
ants starting to explode in new place
Yeah,
too.
how are they that
These
big?
ants are crazy big compared to the workers.
Wow, that's like a tank.
I got a massive forehead too.
That's what I look like next to Jack.
Forehead to forehead for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not taking this hat off.
Yeah, just above your shoulder, Alec.
And as the others were exploring, one small worker checked out the nest to make sure it was safe and reported back his findings to the colony. But this is where the mistake I was talking about earlier on was about to happen. Yeah, you see that? That's
They're just
loads of
escaping.
ants on the outside of the outworld.
Now see, I have a pretty big
How's it getting? How are they getting out?
I completely forgot
Did he not
that
steal
I had
it?
to use this, which if we zoom in on it, it basically is
Oh,
escape
crap.
prevention solution. So you know how all those ants
Nice.
escaped? And if we look around
like the
here,
first thing you
I
should
forgot
do.
to put the solution on top before putting the lid on.
You fool!
Yeah, that's.
What do
yeah.
I do? No, I did it off camera because it was actually stressing me out. Like, genuinely, I've never felt so stressed in my life. I'm an idiot. I completely forgot.
Imagine it come back and the whole thing's just shattered and he restarts with a whole new colony. That would be like an Alec Rage moment.
Stop the
That's so it's my
allocate,
own
guys.
fault. But you can see I've got a layer of it now around the top. So now I can just take the lid off like so, and we can look in. And yeah, they can't really climb. They can sort of climb at certain parts, like over there. But you know,
Put the
one
lid
or
back
two
on.
get out, it's not a huge deal. It's just that, you know, this now I can actually feed them and record them properly. I mean, just look at the size of that ant right there. It's crazy. It looks so cool.
So
Dude,
with
I
me
would not
finally
wanna
getting
pick that
everything
up.
sorted, I gave the ants the rest of the night to fully chill before I give them their first challenge in the morning. And on the next day, the ants were still out and about gathering supplies, but hadn't moved into their new nest yet. So I thought it would be a good
Huh, I
time
wonder
to
why.
give them the first of many challenges. Their first challenge will be these flightless fruit flies. These are small
Oh,
but
easy.
very fast.
Yeah, that's
and
a
will be
warm-up
good
challenge.
starter
The fruit
challenge
walks.
for the ants. After dropping a few flies into the tank, the
Already
workers
going to action.
instantly started to attack
Whoa.
the flies. Every single ant was on high alert, trying to figure out what was going on. And
Look at that
one by
warrior.
one, the ants started to
Dude.
swarm them and slowly take
Oh my
pieces out
God.
of the flies.
Oh, that's
Some of the soldier
disgusting.
ants even got involved. And when these ants get
I'm kind of curious, and if you guys know watching, leave a comment down below. But with something like that, is there any like friendly fire? Like, do the soldiers sometimes come in and accidentally attack one of the worker ants? Because I feel like it's hard to tell. Anyway, leave a comment down below.
I can't give you those answers.
these ants get into the action, you know it's over for the flies due to the size of the mandibles on these ants.
Oh my
Then,
gosh.
Once the flies have been defeated, they then carry them away to be stored as fuel for the colony.
Where are they gonna store
was
this
an
thing that
easy
they don't even have a
challenge for
nest
the
yet?
ants, but trust me, the next two challenges they have are a lot more
That thing looks
difficult.
huge.
Now, after feeding the ants, I noticed something crazy. I, for some reason at the time, thought that this was the queen. I was
Oh,
wrong.
really?
And here's why. The queen somehow got to the nest without
There
me
she
seeing it.
is.
And look at the size of
What?
it. I think the
She's
reason why I
Wait,
didn't
that's
see
the-
it before.
I thought they were dragging some of the food. That's the ant,
That's the
dude.
queen.
That's
Yeah.
the queen. I thought it was this guy right next to the queen.
That is
That ant is
insane.
huge. I've never seen a queen that big, actually.
She is thick. sick.
Wait, I like my brain isn't processing.
Didn't you think it was
correctly,
the other
I
one,
think.
Alec?
I did. Like where all those ants are underneath it is the giant ant. That's literally like 200 ants in one.
That's like Iron Man's like nanotech armor. That's so sick.
I don't think I've ever seen that size comparison before. Okay.
That's insane.
That's like Alec, like if a bunch of like 2-year-old babies just like latched onto your body and you use them as armor.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be cool.
It's because if you see now, she's completely covered by ants. So it just looked like a
Holy
pile
cow.
of ants. But under them is a giant queen, and she was escaping into the nest for safety from the attack that just happened. You can see as she moves further into the nest to explore
Dude,
it,
they're
Protect the
all the ants
queen.
cover her to protect her
a
from any
secret ant
threats that might be
service.
in the nest.
I can't
they
believe how
basically
big
make
that
a
thing
shield.
is.
I then come back the next day to
That's so
check up
cool.
on the nest, and the ants were still covering the
Morning.
queen, keeping her safe. They even started to move the eggs into the nest too. And after a few more days of the ants settling into their home, I decided to move the ant tubes out of the tank to give them more space for the next challenge. This challenge was
Red
a lot
Runner.
bigger, a lot faster.
These roaches are fast movers, often used as feeders for reptiles because they don't climb smooth surfaces. The males have wings and can fly, while females are wingless.
A lot faster, and honestly, I'm
you for
not
that,
even
Jack.
sure if they can take them
problem.
down.
Why does
the queen
I'm
even
gonna
need
give
her
them
soldiers?
A red runner, which is basically a small cockroach.
She
After
can
placing
handle
it
any
into
of
the
these
tank,
things.
it started to run around like crazy and
That thing
figure out
looked
the
big.
situation it was in. Now, if the ants wanted to take this bug down, they'd have to do it together.
A lot
as
of
these
ants
ants are
died.
extremely small compared to the
They're
roach.
probably hungry.
After a while of running around and the ants not really knowing what to do, the roach made a massive
no.
mistake.
Oh,
You
no.
can see he started to look around this hole. Unknown to the roach, this hole
Oh,
leads
no.
directly to the ant nest.
Oh, you
Before I could even
idiot.
set up
Oh
my
my
first
God.
board,
Oh my
it
God.
got launched
Oh.
and attacked straight
Oh my
to the
God.
nest, and
Look at him
instantly he was
go.
thrown onto his back and swarmed.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he's gotta get taken
God.
care
Oh,
of.
they got him.
Quickly
Oh,
ants
the soldiers
responded
are
to an
all
attack
over
on
that.
the
They got to. He's
and
close to
how
the queen.
quickly they flooded the roach.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Oh, the big guy's
Yeah.
in. The big guy's in
Yo,
with the big
dude,
mandibles.
they're
in there.
holding this thing down. This is like Gulliver's
And
Travels.
it wasn't just the workers
Oh,
and
the queen!
soldiers that wanted to take a shot at the intruder. The
No
queen
way the
also
queen
came over
attacked.
to inspect what
I
was
didn't
going
know that
on.
she did
It
that.
Oh, the
actually
queen's
started
piecing
to
them up.
attack it as well.
I've never seen the queen attack. What?
I've never seen
I
the
thought
queen
the
that
queen
big
just
before.
laid babies and like never moved ever.
That's what I thought.
We also didn't know that the queen was gigantic.
And then, after about 5 minutes, the swarm was complete and the roach was pretty much dead.
Wow.
Outside in the
Pretty
outworld,
much.
things were pretty much dead too. All of the action was all over the roach, and there was hardly any ants out exploring. So, I thought this would be a good time to give them the ant elevator. Now,
Oh,
this
yeah.
was a
Ooh, here
lot
we go.
easier said than done, as to connect the elevator, that means I had to disconnect the nest.
Oh, this is
and in
gonna
this
be
nest,
bad.
there's thousands of ants that will storm out once I
Oh,
disconnect
God.
it. But
Oh,
I had a
God.
plan, and the plan was to stuff the
Plug
end
it up,
connectors
plug it
with
up.
tissue paper as
Oh,
quickly
Oh,
as
he
I could.
definitely just
And
killed
as
one.
you can see,
God.
I had a few ants escape. Now, with all the ants secure in the nest, I then had to
All?
connect the towers that will hold the second nest up in the air. When screwing the towers into place, I had to be careful not to knock the tissue paper out or bang the nest and annoy them more than I already am. I then
Hey, yo.
connected the second nest to all the pillars.
I wonder
and
if
we
the queen
finally
can
had
even
it
fit
set
up there.
But we were missing a crucial part, the elevator to get them from the first nest to the second nest. And after connecting it off camera, I finally had it complete.
Whoa,
But I
is
wasn't
that
going to
an
let them
isopod?
get this second
Yes.
nest easy. Guarding this nest will be an armored bug, an isopod.
No.
Although it lives on land, it's more closely related to crabs and lobsters. When threatened, it curls into a ball, a behavior called combobulation, making it tiny armored tank. It helps ecosystems by eating decaying plants, contributing to recycling.
Thank you for that,
Pretty
Jack.
difficult to
We
take
don't know how
down.
long they
and
live.
honestly,
They
they,
also have
might not
gills.
even be able to do it. But if they want that second nest, they're gonna have to. After placing the isopod in, he instantly stood at the stairs like a bodyguard.
just waiting.
And then,
Shall
as per usual with my
not
videos,
No,
just before I
it's
could
going
record it,
down.
the isopod went flying
Are you
down
kidding
the
me?
elevator and straight into the outside of the nest.
Oh, God.
What
That's
happens
armor,
if these
though. It
bugs
should be
go into an
fine.
ant nest? It's
It should
pretty
be
much
fine.
an instant death penalty waiting to happen. He ran back
How do
up
the
the
ants get
elevator,
Get out of
there,
around the
man.
elevator.
They got
You
him by
can
the
see
tail.
some ants were starting to climb all over.
It's
the
just the
top.
one guy's
Then,
got
out
him.
of nowhere,
Ooh.
the isopod escaped out of the nest
Oh!
into the open world, with ants literally riding on his back trying to take
my
it
God.
down.
He got
a long
this
way.
was like something out of a movie. It was insane to see.
Is he gonna make it?
I don't know, man. They're latched.
Get off of me.
He's like Greg Jennings.
Doing
It should
360
go.
rolls.
Yeah, it should go into the armadillo mode.
After about 5 minutes of the ants struggling
Uh-oh.
to take down the isopod, one of the soldiers came
Here
out
comes
to see
Big
what
Daddy.
was going on.
Uh-oh.
And out
Here
of
comes
nowhere,
Big
the
Daddy.
soldier ant also
Oh!
got on top of the bug and
Oh!
tried his best
It's
to get
riding
through
it
the
like a
thick
horse.
armor of the
I
isopod.
was going for his head.
Something a soldier ant was struggling to do.
Wow.
Get out the big
Oh
mama.
my goodness.
See, I called it. It has too much armor. It has too much armor.
Oh, we bit his body.
oh, we got him,
oh,
my
he's,
goodies.
he's biting the privates.
About 10 minutes later, the isopod went into the connector between the ant nest. I couldn't see it and I couldn't get a shot of it. But
Dang,
as
you're
you
calling in
can
the
see,
queen.
all of the ants from the nest went onto red alert
They are
and started
swarming.
to rush over to
Here
the
they come.
connector.
Oh, there
Wait,
they
that's
go.
actually
Next
cool.
day,
They are
I seen
marching.
what was left of the isopod, just
Oh.
a shell of an
Oh, it's
armor
dead.
and
Oh.
nothing else.
Oh,
I
wow.
somehow
That's actually
managed to
kinda
defeat it.
sad.
And with that,
How did
we
he
have
miss
now given
that?
the ants all their challenges and a brand new home.
I've seen videos of ants doing insane things to survive, like in this one where they built a boat out of
Whoa.
their bodies to survive a flood, or in
A
this one where they
boat?
built a dangling bridge out of their bodies to
That's
attack
pretty
a
cool.
wasp nest. So I was wondering, if I put my 1,000 ants into obstacle courses, will they do similar things to complete
Wait,
them?
how do they do
or
that?
are my ants just not that smart? Well, I just spent hours gathering 1,000 ants out my old ant nest, so I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to put these guys up against
Wait,
their
guys, do you think he actually counted the ants like one by one? That would take a while.
Yeah, he definitely
My
did.
my actual guess is that he had a scale and he measured one ant to get the grammage, and then he dumped it in until it was the right grams times 1,000.
Checks out.
Their first ant obstacle. Obstacle number 1 is this thing. Basically, what we do is put some massive dead insect food at the bottom, and then we fill it with a bunch of sand to turn it into one of those 2D ant nests.
Oh,
Basically, we'll be
that's
able to
cool.
watch the ants dig out all sorts of tunnel systems in here, and if they actually find the insect food I hit at the bottom, then they'll pass the obstacle and move on to the next obstacles that get harder and harder as the video goes on. All right, let's not waste
You think
any
they know they're in a
time.
video?
Let's just
Where are we
do this.
dropping,
Yeah.
boys?
It's very
We're
satisfying watching 1,000 ants all in here.
Battle Royale,
Now, of
baby.
course, immediately the ants all just started to try and climb the walls of the top area
Please let
to
me
try
out.
and escape. But surprisingly, many of the ants were
Alec, are these
already
fire
starting
ants?
to dig down that center
Why are you asking me?
part of the nest. Oh my gosh, this is happening
Adam, are these
so
fire
fast. Wait,
ants?
is there already progress on
Alec would know.
tank? Oh, I just
Yes,
put
they
these
are.
guys in literally like 45 seconds ago. And they've already dug like half an inch down in. What? Yep, and if you check out this time
Whoa.
lapse footage,
So ants have like a hive mind, right? Like they all, or no?
Not necessarily, right? Like mushrooms are all a part of the hive mind. They're all actually connected. Ants, I feel like, just have a really good communication system.
Like a hive mind.
Close.
No. Wow. Yeah, because if it was a hive mind, like if one ant died, they would all die. You know, like Vecna.
Exactly, yeah. They have like a swarm intelligence, right? So as soon as one of them finds like the stuff that is buried deep down, then all of them are gonna start rushing towards it, and then they're gonna get it.
It would be like if there was McDonald's right in front of me, I would go like, Adam! McDonald's! And then he would come, he would do exactly what he's doing, and he would run down here, he would run down and eat McDonald's with me.
He knows that you don't actually have McDonald's, right?
I'm not sure.
He kind of looks like a McDonald's drive-through worker.
You lied. There's no McDonald's.
He looks like Ronald McDonald, a big fat clown.
He's got the headset on.
footage, you can see just how quickly they were getting work done. They literally work like mini drills to dig these tiny tunnels through the sand. But in reality, it's a tiring and grueling process where each individual grain of sand has to be picked up from a worker underground, brought all the way up to the surface through this little hole, and then dropped off at this pile of sand over here. Now, while I was recording this, it was actually getting pretty late in the day,
I think
so
ants
I
built the
decided to turn
pyramids.
off the lights and came back the next day to see the progress made.
Did they make
Guys,
it?
the next day, I came back to the ant nest
Oh!
looking like this. Yeah. Bro.
That's a whole nest.
It's been literally like 8 hours. How did these ants build
That's
an
awesome.
entire
Oh, he should have left a time lapse. That would have been sick.
all these intricate tunnel systems made, but remember those dead insects I placed
They
at the bottom
found
as
them.
food? Well, it's safe to say that ants found those too.
They probably
and
had
it
a
looks
scent
like
or
the whole
something.
colony
Guys, the crazy part to me is that the ants didn't even know that there was anything down there, right? Like it's too far and there was too much sand for them to sense it. So they were just digging and digging and digging, not knowing if they would find anything.
Well, they dig to build their home. So they were just building their home, and then they found buried treasure, essentially.
Is that what happened in like ancient civilization? Like, is that how Egypt formed?
No, they built the pyramids.
swarmed them and had already started to devour them. And since they got to the insects, that technically means they passed this first.
Wow,
Let's go.
so smart.
Shout out
Congratulations,
Ant Team.
guys.
If you
It
guys are on
happened so
Ant
fast,
Team,
I
smash
literally
like.
didn't even capture that on camera.
I wonder what would have happened if they didn't pass. It just cuts to like a flamethrower. All right, let's retry with a new set of ants.
I got 1,000 more ants.
But this next obstacle the ants are going up against will
my God.
definitely be caught on camera.
That's a fire
The next
pit.
obstacle is the
It's a
tightrope
bridge?
of doom. Yes,
Oh my
you
God.
heard that right. And if you're wondering what that is, well, it's this thing. Yup, the ants will have to walk across
Whoa.
this extremely
Come
narrow
on,
tightrope
derail
over
lava.
a pit filled with fire
Oh,
and
whoa.
flames.
Wait.
I gotta
Terror
put
Green's
that out.
crazy.
Yep, put that out.
Get up. Are you gonna go out?
No, I'm just kidding. That would be crazy. These are literally my pets. I would never do that. But I will be trapping the ants down here if they fall by lining the walls of this pit.
And I'll be ripping their legs off one by one.
Liquid stuff called Fluon. I know you can.
I thought he was gonna also put the what are they called, the ant lions, like the dudes that just camp underground and wait for the ants. Imagine he put them underground so they'd get eaten alive if they fell.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Cool.
That would be cool.
Instead of Squid Games, it's ant games.
I'm not trying to be like rude or anything, but isn't that gonna be super easy for an ant? Like a rope is really big for an ant. It can just walk across it, no problem.
Alec, you're sounding pretty rude right now.
Alec, that's very offensive.
Well, like this is like I feel like it's an easy test. They can just walk across the rope. They're really tiny.
I think he's trying to get them to do like the thing that we saw at the start, where they made like a bridge themselves out of their bodies.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool if they do that.
You wouldn't be able to walk past this.
Okay.
I can't really see this stuff since it's invisible, but basically when an ant tries to walk up on here now, it'll just slip off completely. Yeah, this stuff is super slippery.
And you guys are about to see why this challenge gets so interesting in a second.
He's gonna cut the rope.
If you look over at the 2D ant nest, you'll actually see I have a little hole here plugged up with some paper towels.
Oh, yeah.
And if you also
So that's an
look
out
here,
world.
I got some tubing, meaning I can connect this to the obstacle.
They unlock a whole
Let's
new
just get
world.
this obstacle started. Come on, ants. Let's get into
This is
it.
probably
He needs to
insane playing those
incentivize
ants.
them though.
Obviously,
He needs to
ants
put like
noticed
food
and
over there for
started
them.
walking.
Imagine
There's
being an ant.
1,000 ants. You can't even
Ants
get
don't
away
even care,
from them
bro.
for a second.
They'll just
But that's
explore.
what makes these obstacles fun, because it only took like 10
No
seconds
fear.
till our first ant entered the tightrope of doom tank. Now, to pass this obstacle, the ants quite literally just need to get one of these pieces of insect legs back across the tightrope, which I think might be impossible, but let's see how they do. Now, I'm
Yeah,
not
they're
gonna lie,
pretty
the
big.
ants started off with some pretty lackluster performance.
Oh!
Because our first
Terrible!
ants that made it to this tightrope
they
didn't
blind?
actually walk onto it.
I guess
kinda
they
just
can't
walked
see that
around
well.
it on the corner of this platform where they just ended up just slipping off.
Oh!
Yeah, come on, guys.
What?
What are you doing? But we got
Guys,
I
I'm
thought
not
you
gonna
were
lie.
smart.
I thought that they had like really grippy hands, so that like that could never happen.
Yeah, that's
didn't
crazy.
He rub the thing with the thing?
At the
I thought that
bottom,
was,
though.
Yeah, just like
Oh, at the
halfway up.
bottom. Oh.
Yeah.
got 1,000 ants, so I was expecting at least one of these ants to eventually step onto this tightrope. But as tons more ants started to walk into this room, yeah, they
Oh my
kind of all
gosh.
just did the same exact thing. And the pit started to get absolutely filled
They're gonna
up
die
with
down
tons
there.
of ants.
Come on, ants. What are you doing? No, I'm just kidding. I think this is actually my fault. And to make them walk across the tightrope, I just gotta fix something. Let me show you how to fix it.
Basically, what I did was first of all tape 2 extra pieces of string to the tightrope to make it a bit thicker so the ants would feel safer
is
when
easy
they walked
now.
on it. And also, I rubbed this insect jelly food on the tightrope to make the bridge
That would get
smell
me.
like jelly.
That's how we get Adam into the
hopefully this
shower.
will make them want to walk on it. Now, this worked exactly how I wanted it to, because within the first minute, our first workers actually started to walk onto the tightrope and explore.
There they go.
Just very
Let's go,
slowly.
Anthony.
Over time,
Come on,
more and more
Anthony.
ants started to walk
Wait,
onto
low-key,
it.
they
and It
failed.
was actually kind of funny because sometimes the ants would literally just be hanging from each other's legs because there would just be way too many on the tightrope.
I'm taking you down with me.
Oh my God!
This is Ant
But it didn't
Sparta.
take long for our first brave ant to actually make
Anthony.
it to the end of this
Anthony,
tightrope.
go,
That
Anthony.
wasn't even half of the challenge, because now, if you remember, the ants actually got to pick up one of these insect legs
Nah.
and bring them back across the
There's no
tightrope.
way.
And this ant clearly wasn't looking too interested in that, because yeah, he was just completely
If I were that ant that made it there first, I would cut the rope and then have all the treasure for myself. No one else
King
can
of all
make
ants.
I believe you.
ignoring them. So I kept waiting until some more ants made it to the side by crossing the tightrope.
he's cutting it.
Surprisingly, one of the ants that made it actually did seem interested
He
in the legs,
found
because he went up to one of
it.
them and actually started to bite it. But if you couldn't tell,
Hey,
this leg
yo.
is kind of way too big for this worker to carry it all by himself. And for some reason, even after tons of ants made it onto this side, none of them came to help this poor worker.
They don't
move
like
the leg.
Anthony.
But this worker had a mission. He knew he needed to take a leg back to the colony. So what he did was he went up to one of the smaller insect legs that he could actually carry by himself.
He's gonna
and
fall.
He actually picked it up.
He's
and
putting
Whoa.
the team on his
Nah,
back.
he can't do that.
Yeah, it wasn't super efficient or anything, but theoretically
He's doing
he
it.
could pass this
Wait, he's
obstacle for the
zooming.
entire colony if he played his cards right. And played his cards right.
Dude,
he
no.
did,
He's
'cause
doing
I'm
it for
not
the whole
joking.
colony.
He
No,
walked straight
you can't
over
do
to the
that.
tightrope.
He's doing it for his
1,000
queen.
ants
Oh no, he's gonna fall.
Oh,
He almost
no!
fell off, but somehow he
Oh,
managed to save
that's
himself,
clutch.
and the ant
It's
actually
gonna do
started
it.
to
He's
walk
clutching
across
up.
the tightrope with an insect
This is like a
leg in
Disney
his
movie
mouth.
scene.
Oh my gosh,
How is he
guys,
clutching
this
up right
is
now?
genuinely so insane. I am rooting for you, bro. I mean, you got a
It would be
long
a
way
shame
to
if I
go.
flipped
Guys,
the
ants were doing
bridge.
so awful
So
up to
many
this point.
fell.
You can see how many fell into the pit of doom.
He's
Bro,
doing this for all the
dude,
fellow
he's
brothers
just
that
an
fell.
Absolute killer.
Yup, literally none none of the 1,000 ants decided to help this dude.
I have a feeling
he
he's
was
gonna
doing
fall.
This entirely
Nah,
solo.
he's got this,
and so
bro.
he kept on
The
marching,
team is on his
completely
back.
ignoring any ants that were in his way. And this dude made it all the
No.
way to the end of the
He
tightrope,
is him.
where he then walked
Wow.
onto the
That's
platform
the John Wickham
to
ants.
complete the obstacle.
He did
oh
it.
my gosh,
He literally
this
did it.
ant is insane. Seriously,
Bro,
I thought he just
title,
crushed him.
the title is 1,000 ants versus an obstacle. Nah, bro. One epic ant versus one obstacle. He just clutched up for the whole clan. Now they get to eat food.
He might be the ant Jesus. Like they might praise him forever after this. They might write stories and books about this one ant who saved the colony.
He might be the first ever ant king.
That's true. They actually don't seem to care at all.
None of them are picking him up and throwing him in the air and cheering.
That's kind of messed up. Yeah.
I gotta name this guy. I think I'm gonna name him Anthony. We're probably never gonna be able to find Anthony again since
How
all
did
the
you know
ants went
that?
insane.
Wait, how did you
But
know that?
seriously, everyone
I name all
spam
my
some
ants
W's
Anthony
in
in
the
my
comments for
Deckro Plays
Anthony.
channel
That was
videos.
so insane.
And since these guys beat the obstacle, I'm gonna give them the insect's legs as a prize. Thanks, Anthony. Hopefully, you guys enjoy.
So I quickly moved all the fallen soldiers back to the 2D ant nest, and well, this colony is now ready for its third obstacle. And oh boy, am I excited for this one.
Are they gonna have to solve a safe? What is this one?
Maybe a maze of sorts?
Rob a bank.
The last one has to be that they float on water or something, because that blows my mind that they're able to do that.
Because guys, these ants are gonna have to break into a vault. Yeah, like a robbery, basically.
Yep, you heard that right, a vault. For this obstacle, I literally built up a DIY bank vault from scratch out of paper that I knew the ants would probably be able to break into. You can see, it's
Okay,
pretty good.
Green.
Sort of looks like a real
Showing off
vault.
his
And
origami
He's gotta go back to
skills,
AI.
The door actually opens, so I could fill this
He's
bank
like Mark
vault with
Rober.
an absolutely insane amount of seeds. Yeah, I put so many seeds
Let's
in
go.
Because yeah, apparently seeds are this species of ants' favorite food, so they should absolutely swarm this thing. But I got this hot glue gun so I could seal this vault door shut, because I gotta make this actually
So,
a kind of hard obstacle. So
how do
let me
they
just
get
go
in?
and put some glue on here.
They have to
Oh,
eat the
yeah,
paper?
just like that.
I used to eat
Alright, the
paper in
vault
elementary
Oh,
school.
Adam, you would love that, wouldn't
sealed
you, you
shut with
freak?
glue now, so let's
I would.
see if these ants can actually get the seeds out of it. This is going to be a very interesting to watch.
So
Oh,
yeah, I just
just
put it in,
fits.
and as you can
Oh, no, he's
imagine,
putting it on top of
1,000
people.
ant colony immediately started to climb onto it. Especially when things are put into colonies' nests, they need to investigate it to make sure it's not a threat. And with this, I think they pretty much immediately knew it wasn't a threat, because none of them were biting it or anything. And actually, a lot of them were just using it as an opportunity to climb out of the enclosure.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, the vault right now is pretty sealed shut, and I don't even think the ants knew that there were seeds inside of here. So nothing really eventful happened, to be honest.
Okay, this is not exactly going to plan.
Where's Anthony?
What did he think was gonna happen?
Put it in there.
Just
before
put
they crush
Anthony
any
with the safe.
ants. Okay, and then let me scoop up all the ants that fell off.
So yeah, I got all those
The
fallen
little guy that
soldiers
thought he got
back
away.
into the nest, of course.
Well, that didn't exactly work so well, but I kind of knew it wasn't going to work so well, so that's why I came equipped with this stuff. See, basically, it's a cup of water and a big cup of sugar, which I'm going to pour into the water. Then basically, I can mix the water and sugar around to make sugar water, which ants love.
making
That's my
sense.
favorite type of water.
And using this paintbrush, I actually just want to go and paint our vault with it. And basically, this will make the vault not only taste like sugar, but it will also just make it kind of soggy since it's made out of paper, and it should make it able so the ants can chew through it and stuff and get to the seeds.
So yeah, I absolutely
How
just
does he
soaked
think
this
of
vault
this?
in the
Does
sugar
anyone
water,
getting hungry?
and without wasting any time, I got
This
this
is
thing
cool.
in the nest. All right, ants, let's see how you do this time.
does not
We're
look
gonna
like
start
a
with
safe
something
anymore.
a lot more
Right?
interesting this time around, because right away, tons more ants were
Oh
my
way more
gosh.
interested. You can see how after the
My
ants would
milkshake
walk
bring
onto
all
the
the
vault,
more to the
they would
yard.
just completely stand still. That's because they were putting their mouth up to the paper and were just completely licking all the sugar off the paper.
I'm so
Yeah,
hungry.
so not really what I had in mind. I thought this
How
was
many
gonna
licks
make them
does it take
wanna
to get to the
completely
center of the
chew through the
seed
paper,
safe?
not lick it. But yeah, so many ants got their fair share of the sugar. However, I didn't see a single ant even trying to find or even acknowledge that there were
where
seeds
is
inside
Anthony?
of here. Well, that was until this moment. You see, this hole here, well, just out of nowhere, an ant just came up to it and walked into the hole. And yeah, there was just an ant inside of this vault with the absolute jackpot of seeds. I don't know how this hole got here. I guess maybe the sogginess
I'm just
from the
imagining
sugar
that's
water made
Anthony.
it droop or something. But wow,
It's gotta
that is
be
crazy.
Anthony.
Oh my gosh, wait, I think the ants just completed the obstacle. Let me get all the
That's the easiest obstacle ever!
The
What are
last
we
one was
doing,
cooler,
Terry
I'll
Green?
admit. Last one was cool. I mean, it was a neat idea, but they were never gonna pass it without his help.
Bruh, he literally dunked it in water so that an opening, like it's just an opening in a box. Of course they're gonna find the entrance. Then he just walked in and the obstacle's solved. What are we doing?
These are his pets, Adam. He can't take it too hard on them.
Alec, ban this dude.
I can't. I love Terra Green too much, and I've hated on him too much in the previous videos. My New Year's resolution is to stop hating Terra Green so much because I actually do love Terra Green. I'm just hard on him.
I thought it was a dye your hair different color.
This one's rough though. I gotta
You
say.
have a what for Terra Green?
I thought you were.
What'd you say?
I thought you're. Wait.
What did I say?
I thought your 2026 goal was to lose like 10 pounds and to get a girlfriend. I guess you have a lot of 2026 New Year's goals.
How do you know all of my goals? Are you stalking me? You little freak?
I read your journal.
Of course you did.
You keep it under your booty cheek.
Sets ants off this safe real quick.
And yeah, once the extra ants had fallen off, I cut open the vault to see if that ant had actually made it inside. And as you can see, he absolutely had made it inside.
Hey,
oh my
he's
God,
not even
bro.
inside!
Your colony has no clue how much you just clutched up for them.
Wait, imagine if this is Anthony, that same ant that beat the obstacle
gotta
course.
be.
That would be insane, but
It's not.
I don't know if this is the same ant.
I like
But
to think
anyways,
that
It might be.
So yeah, I just went and
it
poured
is.
the entire vault's loot pile
was
onto the
Cantony.
2D ant nest.
just
and well,
killed
the
5
ants have been
ants dumping
rewarded with
seeds
the
on them.
absolute
Nah,
motherload
they're
of
good.
food up to
They're
this
chill.
point. But I've been saving the craziest obstacle for last to really find
gotta
out
cross
how
a
smart my ant
flowing
colony actually
body of
is.
water.
And this final one
love
is the floor is lava.
Yup, the floor is lava, and thankfully I already have it built right here.
This is the final obstacle. And you may be wondering, bruh, Terra Green, where's the lava? Well, the lava
Seriously.
is these strips of red
was
on the
about to
floor
comment
right
that.
here. You see,
Is that
these
glue?
are actually extremely sticky pieces of tape. And if the ants try to walk on them, well, they're gonna get stuck, of course. So if the ants want to get to the strawberries that I put at the end of the obstacle, they're gonna have to use one of the
vegetables.
3 tools I provided for them to figure out how they can maybe cross this lava. Or maybe they'll make a crazy bridge out of their bodies to cross it. Who knows?
That's what I think they're
Anyways, I
gonna
wanted
do.
to make
I
sure
think
most
they're gonna
people
sacrifice.
participated,
They're gonna
so I
sacrifice
spent
like
the
50
past few
ants.
hours
I think
individually
Anthony's gonna
picking
clutch up
each
for
of
the ant games,
from the
and he's
ant
gonna be
nest
the ant
and
game victor.
transporting them into this
Jack, can you point out
container,
Anthony
or at
for
least
us?
as many as I can get.
He's
The
like,
rest are kinda
he's like
under
Katniss
there. That
Everdeen,
way,
but he's
they could be
can't-
easily
Katniss.
transported. But
No,
before
point him out of this
dives
group
in,
of
I just want to tell you
ants.
guys
He's that
the
one.
Terra Green
Right there.
merch is actually really
He's right there,
awesome.
right
I know
above the
I
Terra
always
Green
say it,
merch.
but seriously, we got some pretty cool animal plushies. So anyways, I just wanted
he's
to
right
remind you,
there.
if you wanted to
You
get
see
this
him?
stuff before Christmas or before the end of the year, make
Too
sure to buy
late.
it ASAP so we can make sure we
Right
ship
there.
it to
Right-
you
he's right
just
there.
in time for that.
see him?
I think I see
seriously,
him.
guys, thanks
Yeah,
for
he's right there.
so much. And
Oh,
let's get
yeah,
back
there he is,
to
there he is.
doing this
He's the,
crazy
he's the
final
he's the
obstacle.
one that's
Anyways,
an
I
ant.
wasted
that
no
one.
time and I just dumped the ant straight in. If you can't tell, I actually changed the design of the obstacle a little bit because if you remember that red tape, well, I actually replaced it with an even stickier and thicker kind of tape to make sure these ants wouldn't be able to just walk
ants are
across.
cooked.
Anyways, let's see how they do. As you could probably guess,
Kinda looks
lots
like
of
they
the
can
ants
walk on it.
immediately
I think
went
it's
up to
duct
the
tape.
tape and partially got stuck in the front. But
They
don't
are
worry, guys.
really
I'll
stuck.
be watching the ants throughout this obstacle, and any of the ants that looks like they get super stuck in the middle, I'll be picking up with these tweezers and moving
Sorry,
back to the
bro,
start
you got
so they don't
close.
get stuck in
Back
here
to the start.
permanently and hurt. Anyways, to actually cross this tape, like I said earlier, I gave these ants different tools.
Oh, they actually
like
are
a
using
pile
it.
of dirt, some pieces of string, and
can
even
bridge.
some wood chips to see if they'd be smart enough to actually use these things to their
There's no way.
advantage to cross.
It looks like they're using the dirt,
And while
though.
it may look like the ants are not using the tools here, if you look very closely down here near the dirt, they've actually already started to push this onto the tape to make a
That's
little
pretty
bridge
smart.
that they could walk
That's
on.
level
If
2
they keep building
intelligence.
up this bridge,
Even
they
Adam
would
wouldn't think of
actually be
that.
able to cross this with no problem whatsoever.
I would've been
Alright,
stuck
When I was filming
in the
this,
tape.
I actually
Guys,
noticed
help!
that an ant had actually been walking
Whoa.
across the tape and somehow had made it extremely close to
Oh,
the
he's
end.
so close.
Yeah, I have no clue how this ant just managed to
Oh, he
ignore
still has
the
sticky stuff
stickiness
on
of
his
this
feet, I
tape.
think.
I guess his legs were just extremely strong or
That's
something.
gotta be
'cause he
Anthony.
got all the way to the end where he had a bit of trouble pulling himself off
Come
the tape,
on.
but eventually he was able to do
Yeah.
it. And wow. Well, this ant just
Yeah.
technically passed
Let's
the
go.
obstacle.
Anthony.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Anthony.
I didn't even see
That's gotta be Anthony.
ant, but I mean, he just passed the obstacle. I guess that's fair and square. Good job, bro. Why is it the past 3 obstacles?
Why does Terra Green
it's been
sound
a
mad?
single ant
I'd
that's
kill him
clutched
right
up
there.
for the entire colony. But anyways, I gotta get
Oh, he
all these
just
guys
fell. He
off
just
the
did.
tape so they aren't hurt at all.
This is Pandora, my giant 1,000-gallon cloud rainforest vivarium.
That thing is epic.
Pandora. I see
Isn't
what he
it?
did.
This rainforest construction took me months of research,
That took me
weeks
like
of
a day.
planning, and 6 days to construct. But though majestic
Wow.
in its current natural splendor,
Well, there's like
it
water
was
running
still
in there too.
incomplete.
So does this
See,
guy
my
live in
idea
there?
was for Pandora
think so,
to be
Jack.
an ecosystem
Oh.
vivarium, and with all its plants now in place,
It's
all it
so
needed now
big.
was the animals.
You
And
could
here
live
they
in there,
were.
I think.
Alex'
I've
forehead
waited
might fit.
months to execute this titanic event. I call
Ew, look at that spider.
The Great Animal Integration
Wow.
Advent,
Okay, so this
where
guy
I will
is
release
basically
an
Charles
initial-
Darwin playing God.
Do you know who Charles Darwin is?
Yeah, he's the scientist that invented Darwinism. You know, he basically proved evolution.
Call Gaia, the Great
Whoa.
Animal Integration Advent, where I will release an initial team of animals to jumpstart the ecosystem.
I see
Many animals in
spiders,
holding containers were waiting
ants,
patiently
cockroaches.
Grasshopper.
to be set free onto Pandoran soils.
Ew,
to each serve their
roly-polies.
function in the contained
More
ecosystem
roly-polies.
I was trying to create. But little did I know, my giant rainforest
Don't
ecosystem
open that up, you
vivarium
crazy.
operation would not quite go as planned, and chaos would interrupt
This guy
the
just
order
observes
I
everything.
had set in place.
Whoa.
This is the craziest
Oh my
story
God.
of how a war
Oh.
of creatures broke out in my giant rainforest.
He said a whole
vivarium
war
this
broke out. Let's
week in a way
go.
I could have never
Oh my God,
predicted.
it's a jumping
And all I
spider.
could do was watch it all play out.
He's got a crazy
in
tricep.
nature's signature raw and often harsh.
Oh,
way,
no.
Leaving my
That thing's a-
jaw
that is a
on
big
the
ant.
Those ants are
floor.
gonna go to war.
Welcome to part 5
Oh my gosh.
of my ecosystem
This is gonna get
vivarium
crazy.
series, where Mother Nature starts to take over the
Ooh,
show
Gecko.
here on the Ants Canada.
I'm
Ant
hype.
Channel.
I'm so hype. Let's go.
A war of creatures.
What does an ant war even look like? Do they both line up on either side?
We're about to find out, Alec.
Alec, I am an ant professional. Okay, they send the drone ant at each other, and then they have to interrupt their pathways to get supplies. So ants have pathways where they gather food or materials, and then they feed it to the queen. And then the other ants can take over by disrupting their pathways.
It's
That
simple
sounds like
stuff.
the dumbest thing I ever
It's simple
heard.
stuff, Alec.
Alec clearly doesn't understand ant war.
First member to enter for the Gaia event. At just the right moment, she leaped down and fell into a pillowy bed of vining plants.
What kind of
and
ant is
moss.
that?
Sitting still, she couldn't help but suddenly take in the vast new world into which she had just been released. Whoa, she thought to herself in awe.
He doesn't know that.
Where am
Gosh,
I?
this guy is God.
This
he can
place
read minds.
was big, real big, and ominous as the clouds began to roll in. But she knew better than to just start romping around and mindlessly
She looks
begin
scared.
exploring. Her instincts were telling her that these lands, though beautiful, were also hostile.
There's gotta be
and
some ants in
dangerous.
there.
She had best watch her step. But she was the first animal to be placed in. How dangerous could Pandora be, right?
That's
well,
wrong.
AC family, turns out she was right. And I too discovered the truth about Pandora 2 days prior to Gaia.
What is the truth?
These lands were
That
already
hand
a literal
is
war
Adam to a
zone,
microwave.
and a Pandora-wide race to domination of parties had already begun amongst the most unlikely of creatures.
He's trying to say there's more animals already in there.
The
The
day
before
before
adding all the
Gaia.
animals in, I spotted a colony
I knew it.
of ants, hot in action. Ants? What kind of ants? I tried my best
Carpenter,
to identify
I'm
their
calling it.
species
Marauder.
as I watched them trailing energetically along the vertical facade of the Hallelujah
Those are black
tree stump.
ants.
They
How do you
looked
get that
so
tree stump?
familiar.
Interesting.
I followed their trail and watched as they came and went from an inconspicuous hole in the driftwood. Were the
Seems like
ants
they're
living
peaceful right
in this
now.
tree stump? I followed them down.
Well, this is
another
only
trail
one tribe of
they
ants.
established down the wood towards the mossy
ahead, girl.
floor. And that's when I saw it. A super major.
Whoa,
Hey, yo!
that thing's huge.
These were marauder ants.
Marauder ants
What were
called
marauder
it.
Is he
ants?
like
Ow.
carrying them back
In
to base?
disbelief, I had
she
to
is
double
big.
check on my
That is a
Leviathan,
That's huge.
my longtime colony of marauder
Oh my-
ants, to see if they had somehow escaped or something.
Escaped?
But nope, all was well.
He has a whole
and the
colony just
Leviathans
chilling?
Were all
Wait,
in
so how
their
did they
setup.
get into
These marauder
Pandora?
ants were
I think we're about to find
Because
out.
everything that he put in Pandora, not everything that he put in Pandora, but some things that he put in Pandora, he got from like the wilderness. Like the giant tree stump that's in there, he actually went out, grabbed it, and then brought it into his own home. And he's saying that what he didn't realize is that there actually were ants living in there already.
Oh, or maybe they're termites if they're living in wood.
Oh, that's true.
Well, those are clearly ants, but there might be termites as well.
Could be termites in there.
But yeah, he accidentally brought these ants into the vivarium.
That's only the first ant colony we see, though. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more.
There's about to be a war in Pantora.
and must have been introduced by way of the tree stump. When we first extracted the stump from the ground,
Alex, a
I
genius.
do remember
Wait,
a
how
lot
did
of
Alex
us
know
getting
this?
bitten by marauder ants. But I just assumed it was from an ant trail.
That is
passing
daddy
by the
ant.
stump.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
marauders usually nest in soil, not wood. It never occurred to me that there were possibly marauder ants actually living inside the stump. Furthermore, I was never bit once during the installation of the stump into the town.
They were just hiding in
but
there.
Now that I saw them in here, I had some questions. Judging from their active trails and the size of the super majors,
Oh my gosh.
this was no young colony of marauders.
Like 10 times the
How
size
big
of the
was this
smaller
colony?
ones.
They had to be a colony in the thousands of
What?
workers, at least, to have super majors.
Okay, so there's
Was
about
the
to be
queen
like
in
a
here too?
super ant
Or
war.
was she left in the ground at the site of extraction? I couldn't help but wonder. But as I stressed to think about what would happen if this marauder ant colony would completely grow to dominate Pandora, I was suddenly brought aback by the frightful sighting I made next.
What else is in there?
Oh! The red
ants!
ants! The alec ants!
Fire ants!
These are my
What were
my
fire
ants right
ants
here,
doing?
baby.
Okay,
Come
so
on.
now there's 3
I
different
checked up on
species of
Volcano.
ants.
No, I think 2, right?
Just 2?
Yeah, so far.
Oh, I wasn't sure if he added in other ants yet.
No. He hasn't added anything. It's only the marauders and the fire ants that he found.
Do ants ever just get along? Or
No.
never?
No,
Never.
they're very tribal.
As soon as they come across each other, they have to battle over resources.
Oh gosh, okay. All right, so it's about to go down.
Yeah.
My fire ant island of the Crimson Knights, but they too were also inside.
This guy has so many animals at his
Insecure.
house.
So these fire ants were introduced too.
Wow.
Perhaps through the soils of one of the plants. I watched as they worked
That's
vigorously
awesome.
to construct their tunnels.
Ants are
There were a
terrifying.
lot. Perhaps not as many as marauder ants, but enough. They had to be a somewhat smaller colony, because had they been bigger, I definitely would have been attacked and stung during planting, and would have surely noticed. It was just dismaying, though, to see that fire ants had been introduced to Pandora, because as many of you may know, fire ants are invasive and are notorious at killing, displacing,
Just like
and
Alec.
outcompeting native ants in the ecosystems they have conquered. Furthermore, what I found crazy was how close the fire ant nest was to the active trails of the marauder ants.
Oh,
my God.
It's about to go
Their
down.
trails cross.
Brave
It's
enough to
inevitable.
start
Game
wandering
time.
onto the mossy
They actually
bed,
are so close. Look
and
at them.
just a stone's throw away were the marauders. I felt it
This
was
is
only
dangerous.
a matter of time before the fire and marauder ant lines would meet.
I
fact,
think they could be friends.
they
Oh,
already
there's the
were.
first meeting.
This
Oh,
was
immediate
There we
attack.
go.
Immediate.
Team native
I think he got
versus
stung.
Team invasive
He's sending out a
ants.
signal right now
And
to
I
the other
couldn't
marauder
believe
ants.
It was all
How do they communicate to each other? What's the signal? Like is it noise frequency?
I'm pretty sure they send out pheromones. So they like send out a scent, and then that's how the other ants know.
They also do this.
Alec, is that why you always smell like crap? Do you send a signal out to all the other fire people?
I thought they have like ginger telekinesis.
I was wondering why his pheromones are always so bad.
I will say, shouldn't the fire ants like destroy the black ants? Because fire ants are like poisonous, or they have like the sting.
Oh, they have a stinger.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're more powerful than most other ants.
Did you see some of those guys on the other ant army? They have like those giant, they have the giants.
I know, but all I'm saying is, Adam, if you come across a black widow that can poison you, you're gonna die, right? Doesn't matter the size, it's about the poison.
They got Fee-Fi-Fo-Ho over there, and she's gonna come stomping over.
I could just pee on it and sterilize it. No biggie.
all playing out right before my eyes within our ecosystem vivarium of Pandora.
And there's nothing that he can do. He either kills both colonies or he just
At the
lets
summit
this
of
play
the
out.
Hallelujah
You gotta
tree
let 'em play
stump,
out.
Oh, the snails. They're killing
were
snails.
quietly performing their important
Those are
work.
termites.
There were termites in here too.
Ew.
I couldn't believe
Those
it.
are
These
termites.
Those are
were
disgusting.
Termes termites that
Yeah,
live
they are
in
gross.
and eat wood.
I've never seen a
Looks
termite
like
this
this
close.
tree stump brought in a lot of cool creatures to seed Pandora. Check out the soldiers. They have these
Ew.
special tubes that stick out of their faces, in which a nauseous, sticky chemical mix can be shot
like
out
Adam's
at
nose.
enemies, mainly
Yeah.
ants. So cool, right?
It's like when
I
Adam
felt
sneezes and
honored
a
to watch
disgusting
this
amount of
colony
phlegm
of
comes out.
termites repairing and building their tunnels along the outside of this tree stump. These dirt
That's pretty
tunnels,
cool.
by
They-
the way, are made from their poop and hardened.
Yeah, pretty
to form
cool,
a
dude.
Protective tube.
So
through which
Adam
the
is team
colony
termite, I'll be the team marauder, and Alec is team fire ant.
Yeah, Team Adam literally eats wood, poops it out, and that's its home.
And they
It
sneeze
lives
out
in its-
attacks.
We're fully recyclable. We're fully recyclable.
Adam is all about reusing, reducing, and recycling.
Yep.
It lives in poop tunnels.
How do you think we're supposed to make it to year 3000? Gotta reuse everything.
Oh my god. Adam, please start making your own poop tunnel in the backyard.
Who says I haven't
Vote
started?
against that.
Oh,
found
that's
safely
good.
as they ate through the wood. I began to wonder if the termites were the reason the marauders loved living inside the tree stump. There was a constant food source available to them here. Assuming they're quick enough to dodge the sticky stuff shot at them, from the soldiers, of course. In 2 hours,
Oh,
the
so
tunnels
they're
were
feeding on
done,
the termites.
and the termites could continue
Oh, wow.
working and eating within the
They
privacy
poop so
of their
quick.
concealed
Whoa.
work and poop tunnels.
Wow.
That's
Safe from any
insane.
ants
We get after
for
it.
now. Pandora.
I wonder who was like in charge of building, you know, and he's like commanding, like, John, you gotta take a turn yet? Go poop in corner 3.
They've done that a lot.
I'm just saying, someone has to be in charge of directing other people or other termites where to poop.
Now, isn't it crazy? They don't even direct. They just know. They have like a hive mind where everybody just knows that they have to poop to make the tunnel. Imagine that like being in your nature. Like you literally just poop to make a tunnel and you just know as soon as you're born, I'm gonna poop to make a tunnel.
Pandora had become a place where new unlikely animal life was springing forth. A little tiny reflection of light caught my eye.
Ew.
Like something was using a tiny mirror to Morse code me a message.
I hate
Do you
flies.
see it?
Why
I
do
looked
you
onto
hate
a clump
flies?
of
What is
some
wrong with
baby
flies?
seedlings
I've never heard of someone
annoying.
who doesn't
and
like
spotted
flies.
a tiny
He's
creature.
like, hey, they're pooping everywhere.
A
Nobody
small
likes
fly
flies. Everybody
that
hates
just
flies.
emerged from its pupa in the
Flies
soils.
eat poop, though.
Looked out into the new world.
He's
with
gonna
its
eat their
new
nest.
Fly body. It ran its legs through its unused wings to get the hemolymph.
Don't flies
flowing
only
through
live
its
for like
veins
2 days?
in preparation
I think
for
less.
its first flight. It was interesting to see that even prey animals, like flies, had unintentionally found their way into Pandora. The marauder ants were really trailing now, establishing clear lines to and from various
So
places.
the
in
war
Pandora.
pheromone signals have been released.
Even the majors dispatched
Pretty much, yeah.
to protect the trails, or perhaps chop things. Watching them make their way through the tall moss was like watching a pack of wolves moving swiftly through the woods.
About to go down.
That
I
is so
actually
cool.
love marauder ants because of the way they trail. They were still marching up the wood, but one such trail, coming from the right of the foot of the
Here we
Hallelujah
go.
stump, was especially active, and I followed it to see what all the marauder fuss was about.
Here we go.
Let's see what these ants are up to.
It might be battle time.
Oh, they brought the big guns. They brought the giants in there.
In
Come on,
fact, this
fire
path
ants.
became so important to the ants that they began clear-cutting all living moss laying in the way. They were determined to
wow.
make this
Wait.
a permanent
They're
marauder highway.
deforesting the
and
area.
The moss wasn't
Oh,
their
they're making a
favorite track
highway, I
for
see.
them to navigate.
That's pretty
Pretty
cool.
much.
Piece by piece, the workers
didn't know how
worked
smart they
hard
were.
to cut the moss up. And hey, what's that? Amazing.
What?
Okay, that's
I
me.
then discovered that these moss forests, through which our marauders were parading, were home to these creatures. Tiny
is
road
that?
beetles.
Oh
They
gosh.
crawled through the moss, searching for food. My guess was they were either hunting little tiny creatures that live in the moss, or were feeding on the fungi that attack the moss.
I think they're blind.
Road
Not the
beetles, depending on
fungi.
species, can have very diverse diets. But cool to see the marauders not interested in bothering them at all.
See, they can be
It was
friends
at
with
this
things.
time that I also found something else in the moss that the marauders didn't bother with. See it? That little
No.
ant making its way
Oh,
through
what
the
is
moss
that?
entanglement
That's a new
is
ant.
no marauder ant.
Yo, it's
Nor
like a
is it a
spider
fire
ant.
ant. I'm actually unsure what species it is.
Third species of
Perhaps
ant.
Calyptomyrmex, but let's tentatively call them dwarf ants for now. And I watched
he's
it
all
come
by
in
himself.
contact with a marauder.
Look, look, look!
And nothing.
They're
The
friends.
marauder ant went on with its business, knowing this dwarf ant was no threat. I guess a colony of these dwarf ants too
I guess they like
were
the dwarves.
introduced into Pandora unintentionally, and
They
they
mean
were
no harm.
actively foraging alongside the marauders now. I have never ever seen this behavior before, and would have never been able to in a captive setting where I never mix ant colonies together. Interesting to know that in the wild, not all ants are enemies.
Wow.
Okay, so
It's just
why-
the fire ants that are the problem.
I didn't know that. You guys both said that like all the ants are gonna fight each other.
I guess the dwarf ants are passive.
It could be because that one ant was alone and they felt bad. They were like, oh, he doesn't have a family, doesn't have kids, no wife. Let's just let him die alone. Let's let him live out his life. Feels bad.
Could be. Or maybe they're gonna form an alliance.
Isn't it crazy though how many different like animals and species can live together in such a small confined area?
Just like people.
Like whenever we go out in the wilderness, we don't really realize how much life is around us. But that's kind of how it is everywhere.
There are probably insects inside of your room right now that you don't even know about.
They say you swallow 8 spiders in your sleep in your lifetime.
I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that.
I sleep with my mouth taped shut, so I'm good.
It could crawl up your
You're-
nose.
Yeah, you definitely get
That's
at least
why I
4
tape
a
my
night
nose
in
too.
your nose.
I breathe through my ears.
Yeah, it could crawl up your butt.
Well, all right.
It's the only thing I leave for airflow.
Why were the marauders so eager to cut a trail through here? What were they after? Following the trail from the Hallelujah stump
There's gotta be
I
something.
through the
smell a
moss,
fight coming.
I noticed the trail extending to the eastern lands of Pandora. to here. The Cave of Wonders,
Whoa.
whose dark and humid cavernous chambers extend into the
Amazing.
moss hills that surround it. Interesting.
I
Were
wonder
the
if they're
Marauders
trying to get
planning on
water.
relocating from the Hallelujah
100%.
Stump to the cave? What was so
How
special
did they get water?
about this cave?
I think they just
I
like
would
They have
soon
fog.
find out.
They have
But I was
fog. Yeah, they
suddenly
get the droplets.
distracted by a commotion happening at the other end of Pandora. A fight between a
Oh,
fire
it's happening.
and two Marauder
It's going down out of nowhere.
Oh! But this was
Here we
the
go.
official
Fire
beginning
ant!
of the war.
Oh my God.
Yes!
I am not Team Fire Ant.
First blood. First blood has been drawn.
You got hit.
Scrambled around.
You got hit
with
bad.
a bloody
Scrapping.
mission to kill. The Marauder ants
They look like
sounded
they're
the
just
enemy
screaming. They're like,
alarm
ah!
by releasing pheromones. Soon
That's what I would do if I was in war.
colony,
You don't know what to do?
began hunting
Don't
the
shoot me,
stray
ah!
fire ants down as they ducked and
Oh my
hid
gosh, they're trying to
into
hunt.
the moss to evade the Marauder forces.
Wait, there's way more
As
Marauders
tense
than
as the
fires.
Marauders'
Yep, yep,
versus
Fire's
Fire
getting
Ants
beat.
drama
Yeah,
was,
dude.
I
The
found
Marauders
It was
will
like a
win.
3v1.
A major was informed of the
Uh-oh.
Fire Ant forces.
Uh-oh.
And it
Oh, look, he
came
just told him. He said,
rampaging through.
The Major's coming in. GG's. GG's, Alec.
Angry Rhino. She
To your
pushed
super
No,
fire
that's
ants.
nothing.
through the moss.
Oh
and
my
appeared
gosh,
on the
dude.
scene
It's crazy
where
to
she
think
could
that
smell
it's
the
just the
fire ant
women.
blood
Only the
all
women
around.
fight. Isn't that crazy?
Where are
That's
they?
how lions are,
Where
too.
Are they?
Women!
At 'em.
Unless
I
there's
would
like a
hate to be
big,
fire
big
ant
animal they have to take down,
contending
then
with a
the
worked-up Marauder major
man will
right
get
now.
involved for
The
lions.
fire ants were too distracted to notice
It's
how
because
close they
the
were
leader
coming
is a
to her.
queen, so of course it would be all
Suddenly,
women. Of
Bam!
course.
Oh my
God!
Straight into her jaws.
With that fire ant's gonna put up a fight.
Down with a force, the fire ant.
Oh, look, the
never
fire
known.
ant's so quick though.
Another
Look at
Marauder
him.
helping along.
He's like
got
a
that
ninja.
stinger too.
Which enraged the Major even
Oh,
more.
he's so
as
mad.
she
Dude,
rampaged
she's
around
angry.
in search of more fire ants. A wounded fire ant came out of hiding right
Oh,
in
oh,
the Major's
oh.
path.
Oh, he's trying to sting.
And
He's trying to sting.
The
Ow!
Major went
Get it, get
down
it, get it,
to
get it, get it.
finish the fire ant off.
Sting him.
But suddenly,
What you didn't have?
the
There was a
Major
sting, there was a
recoiled
sting.
in pain.
Go ahead, girl.
Oh,
Go ahead,
fire
girl.
ant had stung it.
Yes.
Right
Hey,
Yeah.
he's shaking that booty. You guys saw that? He's shaking that thing.
He said, "Get off me, little girl."
I wish I had a stinger on my butt. I'd be shaking that all day.
Oh, that thing got stung. What's crazy is like fire ant bites hurt us humans. Like, so I can't imagine what it feels like to them. Their whole body is probably trembling.
Yeah, I wonder if that's lethal. Just one sting can take down an ant.
I feel like it should be, but we're about to find out.
And stationed
I
behind
hope
a
it is.
boulder of soil.
That's that giant.
Was this sting fatal? Not yet.
Yes,
I
she's
watched
good.
as the Major brushed herself off,
She's good.
still clearly in pain, to return to the site
Oh,
to
no.
continue finishing off the fire ant.
She's back for more.
Before she
wow.
could
Come
continue,
on.
my
She does
God.
not give up.
escaped into a darkened hole in the soil.
Dang
I couldn't believe the battle I had
Look
just
at that little rat.
But I don't think anything could have prepared me for how this great war between ant powers would soon end.
Yeah,
and
guys,
what
that
other
was just the
superpowers
beginning.
Were waiting in the wings to join in on this fight.
We got a lot of journey left. A lot of
Feels like a
battles.
commercial
a lot
break.
of war. Another enemy appears.
Another enemy
Tiny baby
appears.
grasshopper.
What? How is that an enemy?
Made its way up the glass.
That is not an enemy.
Moving ever
Kill
so
it!
slowly. It needed to move leg
It's
by
like a
leg
sloth.
like this.
Is
in
it
order
flying?
that predators wouldn't easily
Oh.
spot it. From afar,
It looks like
one
a
could
mine.
hardly see
Oh
that
my
it
gosh.
was moving
So
ever
small.
so slowly and ever so smoothly. This grasshopper must have been introduced
I wonder
here
what
too
it's thinking right
through
now.
one of the plants, and it seemed it too
I
was
am
well aware
speed.
that Pandora was full of dangers. But just as I began to become entranced by the grasshopper's slow-mo trot, an ant appeared on the scene. It was a black
Oh,
crazy
it
ant.
did.
What?
Catapulted.
No! There were black
Wait,
crazy
they're
ants
literally
in
called
here
black
too?
crazy ants.
How? Black crazy ants are another invasive species. And
fourth
here was a
species.
scout
No.
inspecting.
Wait, so there's the black crazy ants, the marauder ants, and the fire ant.
And the
Yeah.
termites.
Oh,
and the dwarf
and the
ant.
one random dwarf ant.
And the dwarfs, yes. So there's 5 different like ant-like species inside of this Pantora.
And there's the grasshopper and the termite. And these are all animals that he didn't even know that he brought in. That's crazy.
That's nature, baby.
Inspecting the lands, it could smell the trail of marauders and moved away at a safe distance.
I wonder why they're called black crazy
to study
ants.
what the marauders were up to. It
Because
followed the
they're
path
black
of
and they're
marauder
crazy.
ants, safely above their
That
trail.
would make sense.
And when it felt it had gathered all
wonder what makes
information
them so
it
crazy.
needed, it turned back to head
Look at
home
them.
to
They
the
look
colony.
crazy.
They kind of look like
to
spiders.
share what it had learned.
I guess maybe
They got
like
long
the
legs.
Pandora,
They're
like,
where the black crazy ants
crazy.
camped out.
The way that
I
they
was
move.
determined to follow it.
Ah!
Who
Where
we
did that
saw
get-
in the last
what?
video was actually misgendered by me as a male. Turns out,
Idiot.
she's a female. Guess I should have asked
another
for her
girl.
pronouns.
Girl
She
power.
sat contently,
Those females are
eating
dangerous
the
in
fly
there.
she had just caught. Guess the fly we saw
Oh.
earlier had a
GG's.
short flight,
Oh
it was
my
awesome
God.
to know that the predators
Oh my
were
God.
already managing to hunt and find prey.
That thing is
but then
actually
I
kinda
spotted
cool.
another jumping spider. But this
Two?
time, it was on the outside of the tank.
Oh, look, it's
this
making its
was
web.
a male, and you'll see
Is it
why
gonna
in a
jump?
sec.
Is that all it
Hey there,
also
little
poops?
guy. I bet he could smell there was a female inside. So I captured him and put him inside. He landed onto the asparagus fern. The jumping spider stood still for a second, but then moved to look around.
These things give
Enjoy
me the
Pandora,
jeebies.
little one. Welcome to your new home.
This guy is a
I was
matchmaker.
pleased to discover how
So many
stunning
eyeballs on
and
it.
handsome he
What
was.
if they eat each other?
See those two bulbous
Hello.
organs
I
on the
think
sides of
most
his
spiders
face?
do.
Those are emboli, and how you can tell he's a male spider. But what amazed me was how intelligent and aware he seemed as he assessed
smart.
what had just happened and where.
So much to see! Oh my god!
He's either incredibly smart or incredibly dumb. It's one of the two.
I can't even imagine having 4 eyes that are just so wide like that. Like,
We can only see in 4K. This dude's seeing in 24K.
He has eyes in the back of his head too. Like, what does that even look like in your brain? How do you process all of that?
Have you ever seen a 360 VR?
Yeah, but you have to like look around, like you have to turn it.
It's like, you ever see panorama photos? It's like that, but you can see it all at once.
But like in your brain, it all looks like it's in front of you, but you can like, so it's like you're driving and you have the rear view mirrors.
Yep.
But that's in your brain.
But yeah, but it's in your brain.
Yes.
Wow.
So
you should know more than all of us. You have 4 eyes too.
He was now. He then turned to explore his new surroundings with his multiple eyes, which give him some amazing
bald.
powers of sight.
Would you guys trade
Jumping
away your
spiders
ears
are
for
some of
2
the
extra
coolest
eyes?
spiders around.
Never.
That don't make permanent webs, but are always on the move.
I would
stalking
trade my
prey.
nose
I
for a
hoped he
butt
would
that
find the
could web
female
out stuff.
and help seed a new generation of jumping spiders within Pandora. It was then that I decided to
skinny
name
waist.
these 2 jumping spiders
He
Adam
keeps it tight.
and Eve. He leaped and
Adam,
landed
it's
onto
you,
a
bro.
nearby vine where he could smell his Eve's lifeline silk
Where's my Eve?
somewhere nearby, and continued on his search for her.
Oh, this is a
running
love story
up the
now.
vine.
Wait, but back
It
to
was
the
finally
ants.
the big day
Yes.
of Gaia, the day more animals would be moving in.
Oh,
I
no,
couldn't
no.
help but stop
We gotta
and
see how this
stare
ant war.
at the beauty of Pandora at sunrise as the misty clouds blew through the lands. It was all so beautiful. How on earth did we create this, AC family? The mist formed a morning dew on all the plants.
That's how they get their
and
water.
It was as if we were given this blessed, unique opportunity to watch how a rainforest prepares for its day of biological action. I can honestly say, creating this ecosystem
That's
vivarium with
amazing.
all of you has been one of the best experiences of my life. I mean, it's crazy to think that this entire thing began as our idea, and watching it all come together and manifest before our eyes has been my greatest honor. I continue to spot new creatures at
This
every
is awesome.
corner. A small millipede
Yo!
wandered the vegetation. It only preferred to emerge when the mists blew through.
I hate that.
It searched the vegetation
I can't believe that
and
actually
brought
exists in the
material
world.
to
That is
chew on
insane.
before
Look at
retreating
so
into
many
the
legs.
shadows during the drier parts of the day.
I wonder if
The
it'll
shoulder
fight
of the
against the
Hallelujah
ants.
tree stump was the chosen location for a young
Whoa.
orb weaver spider
Starfish?
who lay in its
Oh.
web waiting patiently for a catch. Little delicate mushrooms poked out from the soils overnight to spread their spores throughout the area.
Wow.
A weevil beetle up on the moss wall
Weevil
emerged to
beetle.
greet the morning mist before heading back into the moss wall
He
when
was
the
just saying
mist
good
ended.
morning.
But that's when I spotted a black crazy
Here
ant.
we go.
Oh
This
my
was where
gosh,
they were
oh my
stationed.
gosh.
It's about to
At
turn.
About
sea.
to
They were
go
gathered
Spreading.
within
They
one
are
of the larger
spreading.
taranjas on the moss wall. They had probably set up a station somewhere behind the wall. And look, they were full.
Whoa.
In fact,
Of
I began
what?
to wonder,
Full of what?
were all
Water?
these ants even eating? While inspecting
They're
marauder
full?
ant trails, whose dirt roads through the moss were now pretty defined.
There's the giants.
I did also catch one ant feeding a major through trophallaxis. Were
that's
the ants
cute.
managing to
What?
find an ample food
Trophallaxis?
source? I didn't
Is
know
that what we
about?
do, Adam?
Try that,
Despite
guys.
it being prior to
so.
me adding creatures in, where were the ants finding their food?
I don't
Or
know.
Was it drink?
It's got to be the fire ants.
AC family,
Maybe it's
this
the termites.
question led me to
Oh,
a pretty amazing
be the
discovery.
termites.
At
Wait,
Pandora's
there's a
pond
whole
area,
lake
I
in
spotted
here?
a couple
Yes, it's a
snails,
whole rainforest.
probably introduced through the floating water lettuce.
Oh, I call the snails. I
But
did
more
call that.
Interestingly,
True.
I spotted
But you did think
ants,
that they were termites.
marauder ants on the water lettuce
killing
with
the
social
snails?
stomachs full of pond water.
Oh.
Wow. I had
So they
no
were
idea
drinking.
marauder ants were so proficient around water. But how are they getting here? Surely they didn't swim. Nope. Turns
The
out
tree.
they were climbing the vines.
Vines.
What?
Oh.
Marauder ants were capable of going arboreal? Now this was new info.
New word
First
unlocked.
evolution at
New
its
word
finest.
unlocked.
Our pond water was tinted a dark brown color.
What is
But
in that
don't
water?
panic.
Disgusting.
This was all totally normal, as the tint was from tannins
It's normal.
leaching from the wood that was in the water.
Very cool.
It actually
So
made
there's
these waters
nutrition
very healthy
in the
for
water.
animals living in it, and highly nutritious for animals drinking from it. It
You
was
should
like
add a mud
natural
skipper.
I want
tea
some of that water.
for animals. And that's when
A
I
mud skipper
realized,
would be awesome.
aha! That's why the Marauders had established a highway to and from the Cave of Wonders.
course.
They were sourcing this nutrient-rich water.
This is a good thing for now, but I think this is going to be the only water source that all the ants have. So eventually, they're all going to have to go there, and stuff's about to go down.
That is true. It's like in Africa when there's only one watering hole left, and then the crocodiles and the lions and the bears and everybody's got to come together. There's going to be a war.
From the pond. This water system was a valuable natural resource for the Marauders, hence the highway, and even the black crazy ants, who were also visiting
they
the pond.
crazy.
See, they're both
Precious
going there already.
nutrient-rich tea water.
They're so
Lacey
crazy.
family, after making this cool discovery, then came what had to be the saddest scene I witnessed in
Not the fire
Pandora.
ants. Not the fire ants.
The fire ants are going to cause problems like they always
fire
do.
ant
Oh.
and a marauder major in a deathlock.
Are they hugging?
It was
In
hard
a
to tell
deathlock?
exactly what was happening.
Oh, it's on its
but
back
from
and
the
it's
looks of
stinging it.
things, the fire ant had chopped down on the waist segment of the major.
He paralyzed
Get off me,
him.
Alec!
Get off
Get
him!
off of me!
The fire
Ew.
ant
Stop
had
it!
also been
Wait, there's two
badly
fire
injured.
ants.
But why weren't the other marauder ants helping their large major sister?
I don't
You
know.
would think they would all be swarming in there
Help
to
a
help
sister
her
out.
But no, it was as if the major was shouting for the other marauders to stay back. The major
Sacrifice.
knew she would be dying today and felt it
Oh,
wasn't worth
no.
losing another marauder on her team to a possible sting.
Elbow
and also
That's
die
crazy that you're
by
celebrating
It was a
right now.
comedy.
This was a
Kamikaze.
one-for-one
Whamp
battle.
whamp. One
and
marauder
both
down.
ants would be dying now. The Marauder sisters
So worth it.
watched from the
They
sidelines.
just start burying her. Look.
Not even
They're
other
giving
her a
majors
kiss
would
goodbye.
Oh my
die.
gosh.
And then, in a shocking turn of heart-wrenching events, the Marauders began to bury
What?
both the
They do
major
that?
and the fire ant.
That's
until they were
crazy.
completely
Wait, they're kind of
concealed
still both
in the
alive though.
soil.
They're still
This
alive.
truly
What?
sad scene
They just got
stayed
buried
in
alive.
my mind
Wait,
over
they're
the
like
next few
humans.
days
What?
and affected me
I did
greatly.
not know they buried ants like that.
Do ants believe in religion? Are they religious?
I don't know. I
How
don't
do
know.
they know to bury their dead? That's crazy.
That is insane.
They respect the life. That's why they don't want to see it
Wow.
dead all around the highway.
Well, all I have to say is, El Bojo, El Marauder ants, get
Oh,
owned.
you died too.
Yeah.
You're
Get
such a
owned.
coward. You literally just like sacrificed your body. Freaking
That was just
weirdo.
one basic fire ant, though, and we took down one of your good, strong giant Pokemon.
My queen will make 12 of those by
Get
tomorrow.
owned, get owned, elbows,
All your ants are basic, Alec.
We have stinging powers. That is epic.
You basic. You basic.
We
Apparently,
are toxic.
ants bury their dead for hygiene within the colony to prevent disease spread and also to send out chemical signals. There's a death pheromone that they let out.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
They are geniuses. They do it to prevent disease. That is
Yeah,
like
that's smart.
human level smart.
Yeah, these ants are way smarter than I give them credit for.
That's like chimpanzees, you know, like picking fleas off of each other for hygiene. It's just like these animals have learned so much.
Just so much instinct. I don't think that they think, though. I think it's just their instinct taking over, you know?
Yeah, they don't think about what they're doing. They just do it.
It's what I do too.
greatly for some reason.
Adam hasn't showered in 3 weeks.
As a personal rule,
My
I
instincts
don't
tell me not to.
intentionally war my pet ant colonies together. But this
Adam's
was
pheromones are
different.
crazy.
I didn't meticulously raise these ants as my pets from just their queens. These were wild ants with a wild understanding of the world and wild
tame an
intentions
ant?
of survival. It was actually one of the reasons I created this whole ecosystem vivarium in the first place. I wanted to study just how ants truly live
playing hide and
out
seek.
in nature in a way that I couldn't through my ant farms, including the
got
real
'em.
dangers they would
The
contend
fire ants
with
always go after
in
the
their
big guys.
natural
Got 'em.
habitat, like living among other species of ants. I had learned a lot so far, but I knew this was all just the beginning. It seemed the Marauders had come out victorious in the end, though. The fire ants had retreated, completely sealing up their nest holes. Not a fire ant in sight now. But I
Wow,
knew
they
better
retreated.
than to
They
think
retreated.
This was the last we'd see of them. I knew this strategy all too well.
They retreated.
Protected below ground.
No, they died.
Assuming
No.
there was a queen in
Hey,
there.
look.
The fire ants
We are
were
recruiting.
focused on amassing their numbers,
Nah, we're
only
gonna
surfacing
kill
to
her.
forage for food.
We're gonna kill
in
her.
safer
We are
areas
building our
away from the
army.
marauders.
Yeah, they
Then,
kind of are
once
building
a
army.
larger colony,
That is gross.
emerging
Yo!
strong to fight them. The power of fire ants lies in their numbers. And the fire ants knew exactly what
They
were
might take
doing.
over this whole
fire ant can
Bavaria.
take out a
Time would tell if
marauder.
the fire ants would return to seek vengeance one
Nah.
day, to wipe out their adversaries and
They're gonna be
claim
too scared.
Pandora and
They're
all
the
its
Avengers.
resources theirs. Inside, I hope not. I also wondered how the black crazy ants would come into play with all this. But the reality is, invasives are also part of many ecosystems. An ecosystem
We may
is
have
what I
lost the
sought to
battle, but the
design,
war has just begun.
and it turns out, an ecosystem was exactly what we got. Everything was pushing the
Oh my
limits
God.
of survival in this tank.
The poop
I mean,
termites.
have a look at this.
Poop mites.
The banyan tree
What is
vines.
that?
The
I strung
termites.
all around
Hey,
the
yo.
vivarium, thinking they were dead, were indeed
Hey,
not.
yo!
Don't make it weird.
New
Don't make
air
it
roots
weird.
were starting to sprout
Whoa.
from them, both underwater and in the
That's
air.
awesome.
The vines were alive. Did this mean that a whole banyan tree was about to grow in Pandora? Crazy to discover that even an entire tree was secretly conspiring to clone itself into existence, to become alive within our rainforest vivarium. The marauders were using these vines now, too, as highways to access all areas of the forest.
Yeah, that's
Pandora
right. Dance on
had
the fire
indeed
ants.
taken
Dance on
a
'em.
dynamic energy and soul of its own. And all we could do now was watch the system take shape. To quote my favorite movie of all time, if there's one
Forrest
thing
Gump.
the history of evolution has taught us, it's that life
It's that
will
fire
not be
ants suck.
contained. Life breaks free. It expands to new territories and crashes through barriers. Painfully, maybe even dangerously. Okay, let's just omit that last part. I spotted Eve, our jumping spider, now feasting on one of the marauder ants
No!
she caught traveling along the vines.
I thought we
And
were
I was reminded
chill.
that though
thought we were
danger
friends.
was
Yeah,
at
see,
every
the marauders
turn
getting
in these
destroyed.
vast lands
Eve,
for the
but
creatures.
Just imagine getting caught by a
So
spider.
too,
That's a
was
nightmare.
that girl crazy.
Look, he sent out the pheromones.
Our cloud rainforest
Yeah, the death
vivarium
pheromones.
was
Help!
already a functioning ecosystem. Life
That would be so
found a
terrifying.
way.
Wow.